And we are live. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Purple Pill Pod, episode 7, the number one show in the world for dating. Please make sure to like and subscribe and go follow my podcast Instagram and TikTok tag below. DM me on the Instagram to come on the show, please. I'm always needing more singles. Um, Shout out to my producer JR tonight, and I got Donnie being operation manager, and we got Cornerstone Events always helping in the background, making sure everything goes smooth. Appreciate y'all. And tonight we got a really, really special show. I got Sir Hill Speaks here. And then what was your
Black
name?
Man Unfiltered.
And Black Man Unfiltered network. Y'all need to go check them out. I'm going to have them tagged in the description later on. So we got some relationships experts up in the house tonight to help our singles to make sure that they can get into a better relationship, and give us some good, clean advice. But to go ahead and start the show, let's go ahead and get everybody's name, age, education level. What do you do for work? If you want to flex, your credit score or something. But let's do ladies first tonight, okay?
All right.
We'll start right here. What is your name, age, education level, and what do you do for work?
Tiandra is my name. Facebook, not Facebook, IG and TikTok, Mommy Three Loves. I work in IT, so I'm a tech support, and on the side, I also do inside sales.
Okay. You do a lot. Okay. And then what about you? Name, age, education level, and what do you do for work?
So my name's Indy. I'm also in IT, but I do network engineering. Okay. I do network engineering, and I'm 27. And then I'm actually graduating with my degree this December.
Okay.
Hey, shout out to you.
It's a
That's awesome.
it's a bachelor's degree for that, or yeah, nice. Okay.
AWS.
All right, and then let's start all the way at the end of the table with you, man. What's your name, age, and your education level, and what you do for work?
What's up? My name is Bassett. On IG, BASIT_worldwide. I'm 23 years old. Uh, right now, I'm mainly a student. I'm in school, going to UTA right now. Also do part-time work. But yeah,
Okay.
shout out.
Nice, man. All right, and then
All right.
what about you, man?
Dwayne, man. So podcast, Black Man Unfiltered Network. Make sure y'all check that out. I work in the financial world. You really can't talk about those things on live, but however, I do work in that financial sector, and I'm also the security guard for Sir Hell Speaks.
That's a good job to have right there. So what's up, bro?
Hey, what's up, everybody? Shout out to Purple Pill Podcast. My name is Sir Hill Speaks. I've got an associate's degree. I'm a cloud engineer, and I am currently a professional married person, and I'm ready to have a conversation tonight.
A professional married person.
Yes, he's gonna teach some of y'all how to get married, possibly, guys.
You gotta go to college to get married.
All right. Well, next, I want to know, for y'all, or for the single people, I want to know, how long have you been single, and why did your last relationship end? But we're gonna start with you this time, man. So, how long have you been single, and why did your last relationship end, bro?
I've been single for a while. Dating for me is like kind of all over the place. You'll do this here and there. You do that here and there. But the reason my last relationship ended is just, I was just never serious. Was never looking for anything complicated. Want to be free,
Yeah.
live life, enjoy life.
How old are you again?
23.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're 23, man. It's kind of hard to want to lock down at that age. But for y'all to change up a little bit, I want to know, how long have you been in a relationship? And I guess I can't really ask you why did your last one end, because it hasn't ended. So why is it doing so good? So how long have you been in a relationship, and why is it so good, do you think?
Together 13 years, married for 10. I mean, you can't say as a married person, you can't say it's always good, because it's not always going to be good. You have some good times, you have some great times, but you also have to have balances to know that everything's not going to be perfect. If you go into it perfect, and thinking it's going to be perfect, then you're setting yourself up for failure. So you have to be a balanced married person. So 13 years, 13 years in a relationship, 10 years married. And it's a beautiful thing once you understand how it operates. It becomes a well-oiled machine, a well-oiled machine.
Nice, man. No, that's good advice. So what about you, man? So how long have y'all been in a relationship, and then what makes it so good, you think?
Yeah, so 18 years together, 15 years married. So it's been a journey, but it's definitely being intentional about growing. And because my wife is a traditional woman and she knows how to own her role, it has made our relationship work well. And me being her covering, being the man in the relationship, loving my wife and protecting and providing, has made things work as we've gotten older. I got married at 19, so it's been a long journey, and
Wow.
we've grown a lot together.
Hey, learn something, Bassett. I'm
Hey.
just kidding, bro. I'm just kidding.
We'll
You-
see.
Maybe you are too young, you know. But all right. So, ladies, though, let's see. How long have you been single for, and why did your last relationship end?
Well, I've been single for 4 years. I was in a 8-year relationship with my kid's father. Honestly, like I got with him in college. He was 18. I was 21. He lied about his age.
Uh-oh.
He told me he was 21, but he was a freshman.
Finessing.
But honestly, like we had it's so crazy how I can say this. We had a beautiful breakup. We were just unhappy. Like we watch each other grow.
That's new.
And we grew apart.
Apart, yeah.
So we had some kids, and it was just we just grew apart.
Yeah.
So
It was very natural of a
it was
breakup.
it was very natural.
So how many kids y'all have, if you don't mind?
We have two.
Okay, that's awesome. All right. So, what about you? How long have you been single, and why'd your last relationship end?
So formally, as far as like I was married. So I was married from 18 to 25. I've been single from that divorce for about like what 2.5 years now. And our relationship ended. Um I feel like because of the fact that, like you said, kind of like outgrowing the situation, and he was so much older than me that I feel like he had kind of experienced his life. Um, and I'm so traditional that I had kids at 19.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like I set into my role so young. And when you try to break off from that, it can create turmoil in the household. And that's essentially kind of what happened. It just imploded. And then as far as dating goes, I'm single as of April. I had a boyfriend that I was on and off with. And
Situationship.
No, we were like together. We were dating. But he ended up moving to Houston. He's
Oh,
a
man.
great man, and everything like that. I don't wish him any bad. Um, and it just, he was saying that he was a traditional man, but it was kind of like whenever you play those roles, you kind of realize that people aren't really who they say they are
Mm.
when you get
He
into
was
it.
just saying stuff.
Exactly.
Saying whatever to make you happy in the moment,
Right.
possibly.
Exactly. So like kind of
sounds
like,
familiar.
the mask getting peeled off. So like the
Yes.
true faces get revealed whenever you add in actual physical factors of who this person says that they are.
Okay. No, I understand. Yeah, guys be capping a lot sometimes.
Yeah.
Like,
Cap
you
a
never,
lot.
you never know. So now I want to know, how long was your longest relationship? And we already know. Well, we're gonna start with you actually this time. How long have you been married again? You said
Yeah, 15 years.
15 years. Okay. And then how long have you been married?
10.
10. Okay, but you were with her for 13 years.
Yes.
And you were with her for how long?
18.
Wow, man, that's really awesome, and it's just so rare to see today. So it's such a beautiful thing when people are actually doing that. So how long was your longest relationship, man?
Let's say like 2 years,
2 years?
give or take.
Okay, well that's a serious relationship, man. So you don't miss that. You don't miss to have another serious relationship like that.
Can't say I do.
All right. Well, what about you? How long was your longest relationship?
Well, besides that one, I was like in situationships. I mean, I was in a relationship with someone for like all those years. I, I was toxic.
Uh-oh.
So like, are you
Sounds-
still are you like, is that something that like you grew out of? Like, do you think that you're not nearly as toxic as you were
Yeah,
before?
when I was in my toxic phase, I realized that like this is not me. I'm like a family woman.
Are
I'm
you the
like the one.
opposite now?
Yeah, I'm like the totally like I'm like the person that loves love. Like I love being in a relationship. I love being able to when he get home from work to cook, and I'm not gonna say everything, but I'm just saying like
But everything.
yeah,
Uh-oh.
like the role that I like my perfect relationship is like me doing like everything to make sure that he doesn't have to worry about those things, meaning that like the kids, cooking, laundry, things like that. And when he come home from work, He can get his food or whatever. I'm gonna make sure it's warm. He take his shower, and then we get in the bed, and we do some.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I like that. Like me, the only thing I ask for my man to do is give me some top.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I want.
Okay, so I mean,
You said top.
yeah, she wants
Yeah,
some top,
she wants
bro.
some top.
Hey, that's just what some women want. Like,
That's all I want.
That's
Like just like
Easy.
please me. If I'm pleasing you, if I'm giving you what you full.
chat.
The kids, you ain't got to worry about the kids in bed. They in bed. They done did their homework. They done did everything they need to do. Give me some top.
Chat, that's all she wants.
That's all
Like
I
this
want.
is one of the few women in the world I've ever seen that's not asking
That's
for
fair.
Y'all hit
insane
her up.
amounts of things. That's
Everybody
a
in chat, hit
that's
her
a
up.
that's a small list of things y'all gotta do.
Yeah.
So
all you want.
so
That's
how long
all.
was your longest relationship?
Yeah, so my longest relationship was 4.
And that was the guy who you had kids with?
Yeah, so I was married twice.
Okay.
So
And who did you have kids with? The first one or the second one?
I had my oldest child with the first one,
Mhm.
and we were married for 2 years. And then I got married, and I was with him for about 4 or 5 years.
Then you had a second child?
I had 2 more.
2 more. So you
So I
got
have
3.
3 kids.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
if she
right
was
on.
married twice, she got some good. Y'all need to hit her up.
Hey, I mean, you could say that, yeah.
Yeah, she's not lying.
Girl, this light skin thing got some
well, you
good,
definitely got to
good.
do something right to get married. You definitely got to be
We'll
doing
call her
something.
Queen Top.
Yeah.
Queen Top.
All right. So this time, guys, I want to know what hobbies do you have? We're gonna start with you this time, Bassett. Like what hobbies do you got, man?
I'd say working out is what I I'm consistent with. Hobbies. I used to game heavy a lot, but it wasted my time a lot.
The gym took over.
Yeah, Gym. Thank you. Gym took over.
I mean, that's I see. I feel like a lot of the young people, if they're not getting relationships, are going straight to the gym instead of
Right.
the relationships.
Yeah.
No, it's the only way to self improve if you're not gonna
Right.
do it through the other way. So what about you, man? Like, what hobby do you have, and how long have you had this hobby a lot during your marriage? So I'm curious, honestly.
Yeah. I used to do the gaming too. I go in there every month probably. I'm too busy. But I do a lot of the singing. I do a lot of I coach little league football, 10-year-olds, 12-year-olds, under privileged children. I coach them. Um, and I just do my YouTube channel. I put a lot of work into that because it takes a lot. As you being a content creator, you know that. That takes up a lot of your time. It consumes you, but because you want to give great content. But that's basically what I do. On a daily now. As you get older, those things get less and less because you get so busy, and the more you're busy, the less you do. So, but yeah, that's for now. That's what I do, man.
Oh, I'm curious, really quick, since the girl said, do you have any kids?
I do.
How many?
I have I have 6. I have 3 girls and 3 boys.
Oh man, that is
Wow.
awesome. That is
Put in
badass.
that work.
one
Yeah,
woman?
put in that work. Yeah.
From
Yeah.
one woman.
Yeah.
Made sure
Three-
she was barefoot and pregnant.
Bang, 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 bang. Listen, man, don't do that to me. Don't do that to me.
Uh-oh.
So what about you, man? I want to know if you. Well, first, do you have any kids? Also, really
Yeah,
quick.
4.
You have 4 kids,
four
also,
kids.
dude. That's awesome, dude.
Oh, he make love.
So,
The love.
so what hobbies do you got, bro?
Making kids.
Both of y'all, man. Jesus Christ.
Y'all wow for that one. So one of my hobbies is I like to write. So I've got a book out. So I'm a writer, and then I also play the piano as well. So like whenever I have time to just sit there and
Talk closer.
Yep. Yeah, I sit there and I make music. So it's one of the hobbies that I've been doing since I was 11 years old. So that's what I do.
I wish I would have learned piano. I got huge fingers, but I never learned piano. I'm so mad at myself for it. Ladies, let's hear y'all's hobby. We'll start with you this time. What's your biggest hobby that you would say is your main thing?
Yeah, probably I'm training right now for the Ironman challenge.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good to you. Go for it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've given myself 18 months to train for the event. I want to do the one in New York. So that's a triathlon that takes up a lot of my time.
Yeah.
So working out and stuff like that. And then I don't know, I go out with my friends. I like to have fun.
You
I
like to
like
go
to
out?
try like different food and stuff like
A
that.
foodie, of course. Dallas,
Yeah.
biggest foodie city ever.
Yeah, but the
Uh-huh.
food is nasty, but the
Yeah,
aesthetic
food
is
is
like a
nasty.
vibe, you
Yeah, it's
know?
all about the vibe, guys.
Exactly.
Vibes, shout out to
Exactly.
So, what about you? What hobbies do you have?
I love writing poetry and things like that. What else I like to do? I like being a mom. It's
Hey,
a
that's
lot
the
of
best hobby you
it's
could
a
ever have.
right.
I
It's
feel
a
like.
lot of women just don't like being moms, but me, I embrace the
No,
good,
I
the
see.
bad,
Hey,
the
that's a fact.
ugly.
Yeah.
I love everything. I love watching them grow. I just man,
It's
I
not a
really
job to you.
love.
You love it.
Yeah, I just
So I went viral. Like my first clip that I went viral for on TikTok was because I said that it's not a job. And the whole point of why I
it's
said that
not a
was because
job.
if women see it as a job, you're going to
Wanna
see
clock
it as
out.
some. Yes, you're gonna see it as something that you want to clock out of.
Right.
That's like
Facts.
that. Like it's a job.
It's
A
not a
job is a
clock
negative
out.
thing. When I think of a job, I think of something negative. If you think raising your kids is a negative thing, that's sad.
And
It's a
that's
very
why
sad
I
thing.
really hate that I see a lot of moms say, "Oh, the dad walked out." Like, be the mom. You can't be the mom and the dad. Be
Mm.
the mom.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I
playing both
promise you,
roles.
you have mentors. You have a lot of men. Like he said, he'll coach for a football team. There'll be a great source of like
Mentorship.
teaching him to
Mhm.
be, a better person, to learn how to, have man skills and things like that. Just be a mom. Stop trying to be the dad. Just be the mom.
Preach. I've never heard somebody say that, but
No.
That's
preach
good.
for
That's
Yeah,
real.
that is
No.
good. That's a good answer.
Yeah.
Shout out
Just
to
be the
you.
mom.
Yeah,
Just be
shout out to you.
nurturing, man. Just be nurturing.
So now I want to know, what do y'all like about yourself? Okay, that's a little bit. We're gonna get a little arrogant here, I guess. Let's start with you this
Do
time.
it.
What do you like about yourself? Your favorite thing about yourself?
The favorite thing about myself, I must say, like, I'm mysterious. I'm like someone that you will want to get to know more about. So that's what I love about myself.
And you hide it all you only show your TikTok every once in a while, huh? And hide
Yeah,
the rest. No,
yeah, I
I've been
hide the
thinking this
rest.
lately. Instead of arguing with people and stuff, I've been like, you know what? I'm just gonna hold it in for when the moment comes up on the show, and I'll
Yes.
put it out there then.
Yes. I just love that about myself. I love that, in most cases people just want to get to know more. Like, who is this person? She just come in so bubbly. Like, I want to know more about her. So I like that. So I like that about
You
myself.
got a good energy. I will give you that. You have an energy that makes people want to. I agree.
Facts,
Like that is
facts.
definitely true. So what about you? What do you like about yourself?
Probably the same, like my personality. So like I'm very chill. Like I'm the person that somebody will come up to me in Walmart and start telling me their whole life story. And I'm like,
Yeah, that's me.
what?
You just have that face that makes people
well,
want to
I'm
tell
a
everything
people
to you.
person, so I genuinely care about people. And even if I've been burned in situations, I'm still that same way. So like through and through, you could say like I'm just genuine. And I feel like in our generation, especially, genuine people are extremely hard to find.
Yeah, it's
So
rare.
like,
Chat,
Yeah.
man.
She just-
Everybody on YouTube, the
She
billions
just
of
looks
people.
so innocent. Like, I know you're a freak.
Oh my
Hey,
God!
yo.
Whoa! Whoa!
Them innocent ones, baby. Gotta stay clear.
Okay, guys, let me hear. Let me hear you this time though. What do you like about yourself, man?
I love my ambition and my work ethic. That's one thing that I like about myself, that I pride myself in. If I've got something to build, something to do, I give everything to it until I make that thing happen. And then I love to communicate. So I pride myself in being able to talk to anybody. So those are the things that I would say.
Men need that big time. The communication these days, big time, man. What about you? What's your favorite thing about yourself?
Same thing. Just never walk in a room and meet a stranger. Always being able to entertain people, make people laugh, make people open up and talk. So just having that natural ability to do it. It doesn't take anything to do it. It's just a natural thing I can do. But at the same time, just to piggyback on what Sir Hill just said, this work ethic thing about even YouTube. Being a content creator, man, if you're not consistent, you're not working,
You gone.
you're gone,
Yeah.
right? And so the consistency that with you, of course, and then I see with Sir Hill, putting out videos, being on every Tuesday, every Wednesday, every Thursday, consistently for an entire year and a half. That takes a lot of work, man. So the work ethic part of it, man, we can't say we're not working because we got the receipts.
Yeah, man, that's what's up. Every guy, and what's crazy is I feel like today that work ethic isn't around. Like that's what makes y'all
Right.
so different and stuff. And I could tell that like your marriage and everything is probably really good because y'all don't have the same work ethic, the same mentality that a lot of the younger people have today, man. It's
Right.
really nice to just see that. So what about you, man? What's something that you really like about yourself?
Number one thing I say is I'm never down. Like anything can happen. Storm or whatever. Life just happens. But no matter what, I can always bounce back. I can stay focused. And I'd say I'm a little bit of a narcissist. Because I'm focused on myself. I'm that kind of A type personality. I go for what I want, say what I want, very vocal about what I want. I don't hold back. You gotta hold back, but in some aspect I don't hold back. But yeah. It's no A type personality, and I'm direct, and I just don't give up.
No, that's a good thing to have, bro, especially at your age because you're gonna fail a lot. So you need to be the type that's gonna keep going and going and going at all
This is
times.
true.
So also, now I'm gonna go into like what y'all's preferences are like, which I'm really interested to hear what y'all's relationship preference or what y'all's preference are in y'all's wives and stuff because I'm curious how similar that is to the women of today and stuff, you know. But we'll start over here this time. Do you prefer a traditionally conservative relationship or a 50-50 relationship, like where the guy's paying for mostly everything and you're stay at home mom, or split the bills? Like, what do you like?
I like for my man to pay for everything, please, on hour one, because I'm put like this. Well, me, I work from home, so hey, if my man was to fail, 'cause people don't understand, like when the pandemic hit, like that right there should have shown women who are wives to understand that sometimes things can kind of take a change and can turn around,
Hmm.
meaning that you should be able to be like, hey, I got you, and it should be something that that man feel like it's a secure type of thing.
Hmm.
So by me working from home, me having the education, I didn't mention it, but I was a special education teacher for 5 years before when the pandemic hit. That's when I got into IT and things like that. But it's like I want to be able to know. I would love for my man to hold everything down, but if all else fails, he knows that I can provide for him too.
Mhm.
So I like for my man, I like to sit and look cute, take care of the kids, and cook. I love doing those type of things,
Mhm.
but with the right type of man.
Yeah, he
So
has to be the right guy.
it has to be the right guy. It
Okay.
has to be Big Daddy.
Oh, hold on now. Hold on.
Chat
Not Big
over
Daddy.
here.
Big Daddy.
Somebody in the chat's gonna know. Hey, if you got a question, hey, she can hit me up. I'm in the IT also. All right, with PC 99. You definitely got a name that seems IT as hell. Man, slide in them DMs. I'm gonna put it in the description later. So for you, what do you prefer? Do you want a traditionally conservative relationship where the guy is head of house and doing everything, and you're a stay-home mom, or do you like 50-50? Like, what do you prefer?
So I have actually been in a situation where I was a stay-at-home mom, and I did that for 6 months.
Talk a little closer. If you can.
I did that for 6 months, and then I went back to work. I would say that it depends on the man. Exactly
Mhm.
what she said. Like he has to have that big boss CEO, like Rick Ross. Ugh, like
Yes.
I want to be.
Yes.
I want to be.
Ugh.
You know what I
Yes.
mean? Like I want to provide that. You operate in your soft, feminine energy. Like you know what I
Right.
mean? Because he could take over that, but how is he leading? You know what I
Right.
mean? So like he wasn't leading properly and wasn't making smart financial decisions. So when it comes time to
Same with
like buy a
me.
house or like, we want to do this car thing and I'm staying home and I'm taking a back seat and I'm allowing you to lead, are you leading us straight to hell?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
And
are
that is
you?
so true
Are
what she
you?
said, because in my relationship, I'm like watching us just get into debt. And I'm like, bruh, you can't take care of your mama and take care of home. I'm just being honest. Your mama got a husband at home. You can't sit up here and just, drain your bank account. And then it was just little things he couldn't do, like
Literally.
take out the trash. Like rake the leaves at the yard. Like I gotta call my brothers and things like that.
Right.
To
If
go
I
do
have
it
to
up.
call my dad, if I have to
Right.
call one of my brothers, if I have to call another man in to fill those shoes,
Feeling them shoes.
you gotta go.
And
You
you ain't
gotta
getting
go.
none.
You gotta go.
I swear you gonna go
So-
home. You gonna go to bed dry.
So with that,
Damn.
that's why I chose IT though, is because
Dry.
That's when a woman stop wanting to do something with you. That's right there let you know that something is not right.
Right.
And 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna be honest, somebody is in our ear.
That is the truth, and a
Somebody
lot
is
of
in
people don't
our
want to be
ear.
honest. A lot of people don't like being honest that women sometimes got backup, but
Yeah.
backup plans are usually there, guys. Here, somebody said, Tan said, so he spends his money while he's saving for a rainy day. Is that building with a man material? Hey, I mean, she's
It
actually not saving for a rainy day. She's kind of saving for emergency.
Right,
It depends how
exactly.
you're seeing
you
that.
have kids, so like what you mean rainy day? This is for like a trust fund
Yeah.
at this point.
Yeah.
Cause it's like, especially if the man is not doing what he's supposed to do. I'm gonna put it like this. If I don't want you sexually, I don't even want you no more.
Here, somebody asked. Oh,
Facts.
damn.
That was heavy.
No. So somebody in chat asked, what's purple pill? I love to explain this. So AMS said what purple pill was a red pill person that still chooses relationships. So I'll go by AMS's definition on that, and that's what I am, and that's what this show is. I'm very red pilled. I've been naturally red pilled my whole life. I didn't have to read a book on it, and I had 4 sisters and 5 serious relationships of living with girls, and no, I still choose women because I don't blame them for everything. I think that there's an accountability issue on both sides. That's the whole point of the channel. So
love that.
I hope you enjoy everything else that you're going to see. No Longer Lost. So right here, man, I want to know, what do you prefer, even though I think we kind of have an idea what kind of person you are. What do you prefer, 50-50 or Tri-Con?
Oh, so most of our marriage, I've been the one working. I've always had multiple things that I've done. But I will say this. Let me say this.
Mhm.
It's important to know who you're with and what phase you're in. If you get married at 23, you can't expect the person you're with at 23 to have the maturity and stability of somebody at 35. And it's important to say this because it's a lot of young women who say, I want a leader, I want a man to be the man.
Right.
You can't handle that kind of man because that man comes with experience. And sometimes that means failure, that means issues, that means breakups, that means heartbreak. And I think a lot of people rush in and they want 20-year results in 2 years, and it doesn't work that way. So I say this:
Facts.
traditional is about principles, and you work to build the relationship toward that. It doesn't just start. You start with that concept, with that mindset. And I say any woman can have whatever marriage she wants because a lot of times the marriage is predicated on the energy she gives it.
Mm-hmm.
Because most men want to give women what they want, and we'll find a way. If you want a traditional man, make sure you remain in that feminine energy and make sure you're an encouragement. Because you said something that got me, Mississippi. You said that 9 times out of 10, if he's not doing what he's supposed to be doing, somebody's in your ear. And I would say, if he's not doing what you want him to do, it's probably because he's in somebody else's ear.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
real talk.
that's
Real
true.
talk. Real talk.
So
Real talk.
both people got to
Yes.
be intentional. That instead of me giving my ear to someone else, let me keep this attention and invest it here. Because every relationship that's serious is going to go through ups and downs, ebbs and flows. And so rather than give the energy to someone else, invest it in your marriage because at some point both of you are going to need it.
It's work.
It's
You're
so
adding.
crazy.
You're bringing in an assistant coach.
Can I please say something? It's so amazing that you said that because there was something that I wanted to say too. Was I remember in that moment who I was. I was like young. I had these kids. I was broken. And now that I got help and I did everything that I need to do to better myself. Sometimes I picture myself when I left that house, the things that I could have done in a mature way to fix that relationship would have been so different.
Yep.
When he was sweeping that floor after I got all of my kids' things and he's in tears and me being nonchalant and selfish and thinking about my feelings and thinking about me, I should have hugged him.
Mhm.
I should have asked him what we can do to fix this.
It's so rare today to see this. So I really hope women
respect
are
that.
watching this, because it's something that's so rare to see that humility,
Mhm.
It's hard when you're caught up in the moment, I can kind of sometimes understand it. So what about you, man? Obviously, I think that you prefer one kind, but are you 50-50 or Tri-Con? Like, what do you like?
I'm pretty much with Sir Hale here. I've done both. I've been where I've paid all the bills, and then she decided, hey, listen, I want to work too. Okay, that's fine. You want to do that, but I do want to add something on to what Sir Hale just said. this is a microwave society. Everybody wants it now. If I can't get it now, I want my Pop-Tart now. I don't want to make the blueberry pie. I want it now. Put the pizza in the microwave. I want it now. So when you want something too quick, my grandmother used to say you got to be careful what you ask for, because if you get it too quick, it may fail on you, and then who's responsible? But I do want to say this: when that man is in your ear, and then that lady's in his ear, we do have to understand that sometimes relationships are meant to be together, and those two people on the outside, they came to test you. And those are your tests to see the strength of your relationship. So if that whisper is making you wet and that whisper is making you hard, then y'all need to reevaluate what you really do have, because it may be bigger than that. The issue may be bigger than that. So
Yeah, man.
Right.
Awesome.
I love y'all's points
That
on
is
that.
awesome. Thank
Yeah,
you.
that's fire. So what about you, bro? Like, what do you prefer if you had a choice? If you were going to lay down with a girl soon and start a relationship?
Somewhere in the future, most definitely it'll be a traditional relationship. It's just more natural for the man to be in his position, to be the earner, and for the woman to be more in tune with the house. To be more involved in the house. Raising their children, especially at the early stages. I like what he said earlier about knowing the kind of relationship you're in, or knowing what stage you're in. So if 50-50 might work better for you, that's cool. Especially for the modern or the middle income families. 50-50 might be the best options, like how my parents are. They're
It's the
kind of
only option, maybe.
right. So yeah, 50-50 might be the only option. So knowing where you are is will be definitely key. So yeah.
so can I ask him a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
So with you being, you said 23.
Yes.
With you being 23, in the climate that we in right now, with the women that are in your age group that are saying, listen, I'm independent, I'm going work, I'm not sitting in no house. That was your grandmama and them. I'm not your grandmother. And that's in the society that we have today. What are your thoughts on the dating pool today? Because you in it, you out there in it. So
All
what
right.
are your thoughts on what you're hearing, what you're seeing today?
That's definitely what they're saying. You are
Exactly.
100% accurate. My thoughts on that is, hey, sure, fine. Be that boss chick, that boss lady. Do whatever you want, but I'm not. I don't have to be in this. I don't have to. Put up with that. Basically,
Mhm.
You choose. You do what you do. You boo. You choose whatever you want to do, and but don't expect me to still be in here. Dealing with your
Attitude
Can
or
I
whatever
add
comes
in?
with
how-
Can I
it.
add in?
But how would you be able to tame her though? You got to tame a beast like that.
Right. No,
So I would
that's
Well, he
say,
should
Wait,
have
wait
to.
a minute.
Right, he
so
shouldn't
can I
have
gotta
can I
address this.
can I add in?
turn the
Yeah,
Really
yeah,
quick?
go
You
ahead.
got to tame her because social media. You got them up. They want to upload the backside. I feel like women don't understand how disrespectful they can be to a man.
Let me
Like,
respond to that.
So
That is facts. Sometimes you do have to make your stance known, which is you walking away. That's the only power you have as a man in a
walking
relationship,
away.
Yeah.
being able to walk away.
So what were you gonna say?
so just from being a woman that's in the STEM field, and like I I operate when I'm at work, I'm that girl.
Okay.
Like there's nobody in this room that's smarter than me.
That's me.
You understand? Like
Shout out to
I will
you.
go home and figure this shit out, because I sit in a room full of guys all day who think that they wear the pants. But when it comes to this, I'm analytical. These are the facts. I'm giving you paper right here. This is how we're going to do this. This is a plan. We're executing it. But when you go home to your man, you're choosing to make that choice that I want to lay this down. I'm not going to come in here with that kind of like attitude. So you can still be that boss CEO about your bread, about your business.
You just gotta put
And
that on the back burner once you
still-
get home.
Exactly. It's called code switching. Like people
That's
do
easier
that.
said than done.
Yes.
Yeah, code
That's
switching
very
is so
easier
important.
said than done. though.
Can I respond to this?
Yeah.
Ladies, you ain't gotta be no boss chick. You just gotta
Right.
be a woman.
I'm
That's
like
it.
how my dad, like I'm a
You know-
daddy's
you know
girl.
what I'm
My
saying,
daddy
though?
raised me.
Like you ladies be missing your opportunities.
Right. And see,
Y'all
but
be
that's
trying to
what
be the
women
boss.
don't
I'm
understand.
gonna be the man. I'm gonna be strong. I'm
I don't want to.
You don't
I
have to-
don't want to. I just want to be able cause me, I'm a firecracker, but I want to be
Oh,
able
yes.
to. I want
She
that
is.
type of relationship where, and my dad said I need it too. I need that type of relationship, like we at a party or somewhere, and I get the acting all crazy. I want my man to give me that look like,
But you know something.
So let me
can
tell
I
you
respond
something.
to
and
that?
I'm like,
See,
oh,
this-
let me be quiet.
Yeah, that's fine. See, I want to respond to this because it breaks my heart to hear this.
Come on, Doc.
It's a lot of women want men to be the leader, but you also want to be him to treat you like you're his father. I think our women should have a level of discretion where I don't want him to look bad, so I am not going to put myself in a position to where he has to say anything. Let's reverse this. Let's
Facts.
just say
Facts.
he's out there and he's flirty. He's like, "What up, girl?" You know, he's flirting with other girls. and
Drunk.
stuff. Now you don't want to have to say anything to him, and if you do, I know what's going to happen. He ain't getting on. You're not cooking for him. And matter of fact, you might not
No,
talk
no,
him
no,
till the
no.
next day.
But you got to think about it. You got to look at every woman is not the same. So you have some women that have just little rough around the edges. Some women need that type because you don't know what kind of home they was brought up in. Some women just did not have dads.
Modern
They don't
women.
have no
Yeah.
guidance, no nothing.
I
So
can
if
see that.
when a real man, I'm gonna say it because people hate when I use the term real man. So when a real man come in and say, "Hey, this is not where it's at."
Could you define what a
But-
real man
right,
is?
right,
And
right.
Let
some-
me challenge that.
So for me, a real man, like he said, to take charge and to see things and call it out on what it is.
So
Some
real,
women.
it's I'm calling you out.
So when I like what you said. I do. I cherish that because you have some people. What you said, same thing my daddy say to me. But you have some women,
man.
ain't nobody saying nothing to them. They just out here living off the
Right.
whim.
Get lit
And then you got some women who mothers are jealous of them. You have some women who going through changes. They a mother, don't even know how to be mothers. Then a man come into their life and say, this man might was raised a whole different way, traditional way. He had a mother and a father. He had all these things in his life, and he trying to teach this broken woman how to be a mother.
Okay, now
That's sad.
can I respond to that? I think that most of the time when you say women are rough around the edges, what's happening is I think some women need to just get that fixed before they get into a relationship.
Yes.
A man should not have to be HGTV and have do an episode of Fixer Upper
Yes.
just
Yes,
because
they don't.
just because you came into the situation broken. You need to go and get your healing, and then you can present yourself as the woman or the wife that you're trying to be. But when he gets into the relationship and y'all at dinner and you have a PTSD moment and you
Yeah.
think about what happened with your daddy 20 years ago and snap at him and the waitress, then that's not fair to him, especially if he's a good man.
But
Yeah,
the thing
preach, man,
is,
yeah.
why these men choosing these broken women?
No,
God is desperate.
you want to go first?
What?
Tag me in
Tell
somebody.
me.
Go ahead. Go
Tell
ahead.
me, tell me something,
Go
tell
first.
me
Go
something.
first. Go
Cause
first.
they choosing it's a lot of men
Yeah,
choosing
go-
a lot of broken women.
I'll tell you why.
Go ahead.
A lot of men are trying to fix in their women what was broken with
And
their
their mama.
mothers. And because their mama was broken,
Thank you.
and mama
I'm so glad a
and,
man
and,
said that.
mama told him, this girl should have been through some things, love her through her trauma. A real man steps in. He saw the brokenness there, and he's trying not to be like the man who mama said broke her
Mhm.
heart. So he's trying to do the opposite. And the only way for him to show his love is for him to put on the cape, be a superhero,
Mhm.
do everything that he can, and get his mama's approval. Son, you being a fine young man. You're a good young man. But this man is frustrated because the love language is trauma. It's not love.
Yes. Thank you.
And the only way that she feels like he's loving her and he's there for her is she has to put him through some ridiculous. Can he check me? Can he handle me?
Shit
That's
test.
that's the love
see-
language. And it's because it started with his mother.
Now, sorry, can you tag me in?
Hashtag
Tag me in.
toxic.
Listen. What's happening, right? What's happening is like what Sir Hill just said. But the flip side of that, let's go to A. All right, that was the subject matter. But let's go to A here, because sometimes the big thing that's out in the YouTube universe now is vet them well, vet your woman, vet her. But listen, I'm telling you, it's some women out here that deserves Oscar awards because what they do, they carry themselves in a way. They sit down with you at dinner on a date. They find out what kind of man you are, what you like, what you want to do, and they live in those things until they get what they want. And then one day, listen, I was watching a movie, and the movie was called Malignant or something like the horror movie. You seen it?
No.
Malignant.
I
Okay,
seen it.
what happened is a little girl had a twin brother, and he was born with half of his brain in her head. And what happened was, the brain was dormant until she hit her head. And when she hit her head, her brother came out. And she was a different person. She started just murdering everybody. Now watch. Now watch this. This is what's going on with the women. The women will show you they're pretty. They're going to show you, oh, they put the nice weave in and the eyelashes and the makeup, and they got their damn stomach pulled tight with something wrapped around it. And then one day, she's going to get you. She's going to get everything from you, and then she's going to turn. She's going to turn from Tina Turner to man burner, and you're going to have to deal with it after you're 5 years in.
So back to the original point of like the 50-50. I want to ask you down there about
Go ahead.
when you date a female, right? And this is coming from somebody who was in a marriage and then thrown back into the dating pool. There's piss out there. It's piss in the dating pool.
This is
like,
factual.
I have to say it. Like, guys will say they want, like what you said about, like, you don't have to be all these things. You don't have to be a big boss CEO on your shit. Like, you can be just in your feminine energy and operate. No, you can't. The guys are not attracted to that. The guys his age, the guys that are my age, they're not attracted to that. That doesn't draw them in. What draws them in is that
Yep.
drive, that ambition, that, oh, she's got her own shit. She doesn't
Because
need
they don't want to
me,
work.
but she wants me. So
No.
she's
No, that's
Hell
not what it is.
no,
No, that's not what it
Who-
is.
This is
ma'am, can
wrong.
I ask you who told
is
you this?
false.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I
What-
can I ask you who
Yeah.
said this to you?
Well, the bust downs in my day.
Ma'am?
This is false.
Yeah,
Well,
man,
I'm gonna put it like this: being out here, yes, I see a lot of young men with a lot of drive.
yeah, they want
A lot of
an
drive.
asset, not a
But this
liability.
just one state.
What's the
You got, I mean, most men that's young that age, like 20 and in 20s, I'm 31. Most of those guys, they want a sponsor.
Okay, whoa,
Well,
let me
wait,
respond.
okay, wait.
Ooh, let me go to.
How-
I'm
how
walking.
can a-
I'm gonna go to the church and sit on the front pew right here.
A lot of young guys, they
This-
want, the reason why I say this, because I have a lot of little cousins that I have to call. They call me and I had to tell them some things
Okay.
on some things.
Uh-huh.
But it's just a lot of young men, they used to fast money. They love to finesse. It's a lot of young black. I'm gonna put it like this. It's a lot of young men that's not in college. When the pandemic hit, yeah, you can wait a little
I'm
bit.
gonna wait a little bit.
Yeah, let me talk. When the pandemic hit, a lot of young people found out a way to make fast money.
Mhm.
You had loans, you had all these fraud. Look at the percentage. A lot of young women too, they are, oh, I got Airbnbs. I'm this young boss. Everybody's this young boss, but don't know the value of money.
Can I respond to that?
She has a point,
what
though.
we're dealing with today, some young men are like this young man right here, wants to be married one day, wants to have children, a nuclear family. However, a large percentage of these boys that are here right now, not men, of course, because we call them boys, they're son husbands. And what that looks like is these little boys are raised by mama, and mama say, "Oh, you so cute, man. You gonna match today? We're gonna put on the same clothes. You don't have to take out the trash. You don't have to wash dishes. Play your game,
Yes,
honey.
yeah.
You want to get your ears pierced today? Oh, your hair looks nice. You want to get dread? You want locks? You know." And so what happens is once you raise him like that, and that gets in him, when he gets older, he becomes the very man that you hate.
Mhm.
Because what happens is he's so dependent on you, he can't take out the trash. He's not gonna take the trash out with his girlfriend. If you allow him to play the game and not earn any money or get a job, he's gonna stay with a woman and not earn anything and get a job. He's going to date what his mother is.
But what does that come from? Lack of male influence in the
L-
household.
But that's the
Yes.
same
We just
thing
talked
that
about
I
that.
talk
So-
about, those young ladies having lack of a father who they be trying to look for somebody to sponsor them.
Right. And that's why mothers and fathers should be careful who they lay down with, because
Yes.
sometimes, and listen here, this is anecdotal, knowing people in these situations. Sometimes mama will say daddy ain't shit. And then you'll go sit down with daddy after 20 years, and daddy say, your mama burned me. She threw grease on me. She kicked me out the house. And then you lost 20 years of a male influence all because your mother lied.
But let's
Yes,
talk about it
indeed.
though. About
Let's talk about it. Yeah.
80s and 90s. My parents,
Mhm.
my mom was a teen mom. My mom was a teen mom. My
Right.
mom had no clue.
Yeah.
Had it not been for the influence around her,
Mhm.
I would not be who I am.
Right.
So like you think about the fact that like there's the lack thereof, and you've got like crack was becoming an epidemic.
Yes.
Hip hop influence was becoming heavy,
Mhm.
promiscuity,
Mhm.
traditional values were going out the window.
Right.
So like you think about being raised in a single household like that. That's what it's going to be chaos. Chaos breeds chaos. So
Right.
you've got that.
Right, and we're talking about dads being missing,
Right.
but we don't take in account that how many fathers, uncles, and men that stood up for their communities died in the Vietnam War.
Literally, exactly.
Right? How many fathers? How
That's
many?
why I said
How many
take a
generational
village.
men were taken out in the Vietnam War? How many was taken out in the crack epidemic when the crack epidemic hit all these areas?
Prison. Hello, my father.
Right.
Hello.
The prison
Like,
population. Well, men are in jail. There's a man in Louisiana right now in jail. You probably know this. You're in Mississippi. There's a man in Louisiana right now stole a candy bar and they gave him life.
Yeah.
Damn.
And so what about that man? He was a father. His kids are probably adults now. He's been in jail 27 years now, and they're just not trying to get him out.
And I think that's why I'm so successful when it comes to co-parenting, because my mom and dad, they was not together. They was toxic. But one thing my mom never did, she never talked bad about my dad. My dad was like my hero. Now, that's what people don't understand. The man that you was in a relationship is different than the man that's the dad.
Right.
The person you was in a relationship with is not the same as the person that wants to be the dad.
Right.
And that's what some women got to understand, that, even though you don't like him, let him be the dad. My dad, he wasn't there, but my dad he would still come to their house every day. He would still do those things. So, I learned from that. It's learned behavior. So I looked at co-parenting as like a team.
Yeah.
but that's emotion ruling over logic. So that's them seeing the trauma of whatever the dad put them through in their children, and they're punishing the dad for that now.
Yeah.
Here. So I'll, really quick, we're gonna come back to this, but I need to read this. Donnie said, "I disagree. Most guys don't have drive. They have hopes. There's a difference. The guys you deal with just sold you the dream." And yeah, like that, that's usually the truth. Is the guys are very good at finessing and lying today. What this is all kind of goes back to is a conversation that I like to have a lot. I call it the chicken versus the egg argument.
Mhm.
Whose fault is it that we're all in this situation? Was it the men's fault or was it the women's fault? What started the vicious cycle, the hedonistic cycle that we're in today? Because I truly believe that there is a start to it.
Yeah.
Now I'll say personally what I believe. I believe that men started it partially because we allowed a lot of the laws to come in that caused women to go into the workplace and do a lot of things that they've done. But I also like to say it's our fault because men are the leaders of society. I always like to say your environment's your destiny,
Mhm.
especially for women because they don't control a lot of their environment.
Right.
But for a man, since we actually have the ability, we're the ones in the sewers, we're the ones building buildings.
Exactly.
We manipulate the environment a lot.
Exactly.
So we're not as much as a victim to our environment as women are. So I truly believe that the situation everything's in, it is all men's fault, and women would be fully in their feminine role if the dollar wasn't devalued to the point that it's at, and if they weren't forced into the workplace because we need two-parent households and
Right.
etc.
So when you know your worth, you don't give discounts. But I will say this. I'll say that when it comes to um, Sir Hale, you work every day just like I do, and if your boss came to you and said, you know what, Sir Hale, I'm going to, you don't have to work, you can quit your job, and even when you quit your job, I'm going to give you money. Also, we're going to find a way to get your housing paid for. We're also going to find a way to pay your car note. We're also going to find a way to feed all your kids. You got to worry about that. You just don't worry about anything. All you got to do is keep your wife at the house. All you got to do is kick her out, and we give you everything you want.
Shit, kick them out.
What happened? Most women say, you know what?
Bring it home.
Oh, baby, you ain't shit. Oh, right? An argument ensues, and she say, pack your shit and get out. And then when he gets out, then daddy at the door, he says, I got your food stamps, I got your housing, I'm gonna pay your car, I'm gonna pay your lights, I'm gonna give you enough money to take care of your kids. You don't have to worry about nothing. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get you in a house, 4 bedrooms, and let you pay $34 a month. How's that sound for you? They're great salespeople. It happens all the time,
That's sad. Yeah.
Mhm.
And
right? And so when
so
you
it is women's fault.
incentivize,
Yeah.
yeah, you incentivized it
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
But that's a value thing. So I think that economics and gender has played both roles in why things have failed.
Mhm.
Because, like you said, when things economically are not going right, it forces people to have to change. It
Yeah.
forces people to have to look at value and tradition and reevaluate it. It's the same thing with the military. When the plan is not working, where do we go from here? And I think that gender is a huge factor in this generation for why things have blown up in our face, because people don't want to, they want to blur the lines. There's no longer man, woman, there's XYZ. I'm going to wake up, I want to be a chicken today. I want to be
Right.
I want to be whatever I want to be. I'm
Yeah.
going to go slap titties on myself and call myself a woman because that's just how things work.
Yeah.
And it takes away from that traditionalism, because if it looks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, but it's not a duck, what
Yeah.
do you do? You know?
Damn.
Well, so what?
Yeah.
So who do you think's fault it was? The men or the women? If you had to
Well,
say.
you know, there's more women than men, but it's just the men they make. You know, they create all these babies. But the thing is, I feel like as women, when we, I just wish that women can just take accountability to stop putting themselves in situations that they don't have to be in. You met this man at a bar for one night, and you get pregnant. Like, why you expect things that's just not possible.
Yeah.
Stop putting yourself in situations that you don't have to put yourself in, because at the end of the day, like her, she was in a marriage. You know, she could have been a widow. Things that she going through, she lived the American dream.
Mm-hmm.
Getting married, have babies, do these things. So we know that all of those things aren't a fairy tale ending.
Mm-hmm.
It ends sometimes. It sometimes is not forever. So it's like, as women, we need to figure out what we need to do when those things end.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, take accountability, say, okay, it's gonna be hard. I'm gonna cry some nights, I'm gonna do these things, but I'm gonna push through. I'm not finna blame nobody but myself. Let me sit in my own shit.
Yeah.
and
No.
and let me get myself out of it. So I'm gonna say, who's to blame? Honestly, it's nobody, because everybody's story is different.
Yeah.
Everybody's story is different. But it's just like, I just wish that men could start saying no to having sex with these undervalued
They
women.
have sex
But
with cockroach
Stop,
with a
just
coochie.
stop it. Just
What?
just say, look, hey,
Can
I'm
you
finna go
define
home.
undervalued woman, please?
Oh, please, I'm waiting on this one.
Oh, you writing on?
Yeah,
you
baby.
sure you don't want to wait?
I don't want to wait. Give it to me now.
Give
I
it to
want
me,
it now.
give it to
Oh,
me
you
now.
want to
It's-
know?
I want JG Wentworth.
You know
I
what?
want it now.
I'm
I want it now.
You said
Undervalued.
undervalued?
undervalued, just like for how we feel like high value men, high value women. Like me and her, we in IT, so you already know what it's about. We about business. We're not like y'all don't want me to
No,
stop.
no, 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 no,
So
no.
hold
'Cause
on.
I don't know.
Finish,
Shut up.
finish
No,
it.
no.
Yeah,
Yes,
finish
please.
that.
Everybody in
Are
chat.
you gonna buy me a bag? You gonna pay for my car?
You know,
Fly me out? All I got is
I'm gonna put it.
coochie
I'm gonna put it
and-
like this. I'm gonna put it like this. When I say undervalued, meaning like you can make 100,000 and insecure. That's a turnoff. You're not even ready for nothing. You're just undervalued. Like, you have those deadbeat living moms. Yeah, get to rub his back.
Yeah, so I
It's,
got to
he got
respond to this.
burp him for a minute. Let me finish.
Okay.
Let me finish.
And I'm gonna come back.
Let me finish. Let me finish. I used to consider myself undervalued because I was a single mom. I was a single mom with kids. I used to always tell myself, don't nobody want me with these damn kids. That's what I used to tell myself. I used to undervalue myself.
Mhm.
And there's a lot of women out here who is undervaluing themselves because they don't know who they are. But once I figure out my power, and once I figure out who I was as a woman and what I can provide and what I can do for a man, I realized, like, hey,
That seat at the table is yours.
I'm stuck. Hold on, I've been stuck. After I left this man in women that's undervalued, that means that the person who they was with, the marriage they was with, tell them stuff in their ear. They tell them they can't be nothing. They tell them don't nobody want you because you got these kids. Ain't nobody gonna want another man kids. It was I undervalue. Lord, boy, y'all better not starve me today. But I'm
But-
just
but-
saying.
Talk your shit.
But undervalued women is not about the financial things. It's about the mental things and how women carry themselves. I can walk in a room right now with my high value ass, and I promise you, I will attract a man that I would have never attracted when I was toxic, when I was down, when I didn't feel nothing for myself. It's just about how you carry yourself.
Okay.
It ain't about the money. It's a lot of women out here that just feel like they can't do nothing. They got these kids, they stuck in the government, they don't know no other way out. And a lot of men prey on that. They see a man can see a woman in the room right now and know she insecure. He can see it. He can smell it. He can say, "Man, I know I can get that tonight."
It's a scab.
I know I
peek at
can.
that shit.
Yeah, they can
peek
feel
at
it.
Yeah, they.
But
peek
a
at it.
woman with high value of herself, just the feeling of herself mentally, a lot of men don't even come at me and know stuff like that.
So
they
the-
don't even come at me on
they
no.
know.
So there's no high value cluckers.
Now
hold
there's
on.
fake. That's fake. That's
Hold on.
fake.
That is
value, though.
very fake. Yeah, high value to what? Get some what?
I mean,
some what?
it's some
Y'all,
girls.
yeah.
There's some girls in IT giving up IT.
No, well, no,
they
yeah.
listen.
Whoa.
No, yeah, it's
That's
how they carry
prostitution.
themselves.
That's
Let's
city
talk
girls.
about it.
Yeah, let's
Let's
talk
talk
about it.
about it.
epidemic.
that
The
time.
city
Let's
girls.
talk about
There's
it.
some girls that could be really married, have a great guy, and they just choose to throw it from the free throw line.
Because
But you
that's
sense
that-
it, don't it? You see it, don't it?
Oh, absolutely.
That's what I'm saying. But if I walk in a room if I'm walking in a certain type of event, it can be a suit and tie event, the way I carry myself, the way I lift my head up high, not any man is not going to approach me.
Right.
And that's just true. But you're going to see that high value fake city girl. You're going to know that fake. You're going to detect that fakeness when you walk in that room.
You know what? A young lady told me. She said she went out with a guy. She really liked him. He was handsome. They had a great time. She said they went out. He said, let's get a room. And she was like, I'm not going to the room with you. High class now. Classy. She said, I'm not going to the room with you. And he said, oh, okay, that's fine.
She ain't tell the whole story. I'm
No,
sorry.
no. She said, I'm not going to have sex with you tonight. Guess what happened? He said, that's fine. He said, somebody in here will.
Yes,
yes,
exactly. That's what I'm
indeed.
saying.
And that's
so
why he left her
plastic
there
looks
and
like
left with
that.
somebody else.
Right, because that's that city girl. That's that
That's it.
city girl
Right.
trashy mentality that is now plaguing because it looks like gold, but it's not.
Yes,
It's
Right.
everything
It's
silver ain't
plated.
gold.
Right.
It's not glitter.
Right.
It's not glitter. You got your body done.
facade.
I feel like X, Y, and Z. My pussy's X sits on this throne. You should worship it. This X, Y, and Z. And guys do that. There are guys who are
Thirsty.
they're undervalued men that now feel like they have value because they get in a different tax bracket.
Mhm.
And guess what? They feed into that shit. They feed into that that mentality. And that's why they're okay with the nose.
See, but
From
those,
the high value women.
those
They're
guys
okay
are just,
with that.
See, but those guys are like the biggest simps. Like
Exactly.
like y'all keep talking about these are guys that like these are the guys in the dating market and stuff. But you shouldn't even be seeing these guys in the dating
Most
market.
of them
Like
guys
No,
be
you
so
they're
should,
not.
they
insecure.
should, yeah. And
They
so
be so
they're
insecure.
invisible though. At the end of the day, like a guy who acts like that, is a simp like that, and chasing those type of girls, he's a fucking loser. Like I really hope that he's invisible to y'all, like many men are
But
today.
here's
So
the
the-
thing, though. Here's the thing on that, though. So I like what you guys are saying, but I hear some cabinetry in this, and I'm going to tell you why.
Oh my God.
We're saying that women are not told who they are, and that women are insecure. You have the whole world lying to you. Women like to be lied to.
Facts.
You're beautiful. You're smart. You can
Facts.
do whatever you want to.
do.
Hold on, now
Facts.
listen.
Facts.
I listen. I just want you to hear me out.
Listen.
The world is telling you how great you are. You're black girl magic. You can do anything you
Come
want
on,
to.
Doc.
You can do anything a man can do. You don't need no man. Everything. The world is telling you
I don't
this.
believe
So
it.
the struggle is not with you don't need to. You're not affirmed. The struggle is most modern women are selfish. It's all about you. So you want to have the ability to be a whole, but also have the respect of somebody who's traditional. This is why so many women operate undercover. They
You
look
preaching.
like something
Sunday.
that they are not. So
Right.
You just said
it's so
glitter
it's
ain't gold.
so it's not men, because men have to struggle to get sex.
Yeah.
Women get it thrown at you. So the
Exactly,
issue is
yeah.
now the playing field is just different. The issue here is women want to have the ability to be respected but don't want to be accountable that they're the ones choosing to sleep with the man. You know you're going to sleep with him before he even asks you. You've already scoped him out. It is not a coincidence. You saw him.
I'm gonna tear his ass
You
up
looked at
tonight.
his. You looked at his print. You looked at how he's moving. You smelled his cologne. You said, how tall is he? You know what kind of experience he is going to have. You looked at the way he drinks his drink. You've already selected
none in 4 months.
You've already selected him as a sexual companion before he even knew you were in the room.
You preaching
So
tonight,
women
bro.
are not innocent in this, and so I had to address the
You
Okay.
preaching tonight, bro.
All right.
Hey, give me
All
something on
right.
that. You gotta
I
give me
mean-
something on that.
Well, you need a soundboard working,
I mean,
bro.
what
I know,
you
dude.
said
Organ.
was so nice and so sweet. I could have put butt on it. But you answered your own question. You said, okay, first you said that women they can get sex easily. They can get it easily.
Yes, the doorway.
But you said why women can get it easily and why most of the time men have more babies than anything. They can get 6 women pregnant all at one time. It's because of the way that they talk, right? You said that they can sweet talk their way into some coochie, right?
I said women want to be lied to.
No, they want to be lied to, but that's why most men can get 3 or 4 women pregnant in the same trimester.
Well, men fall in love with what they see, and women fall in love with what they hear.
Yeah,
so,
Come on,
that's
man.
why.
But
I
not
see
even
the
just
straw
that.
man.
But if we
I
like
see
a guy,
the straw
hold on,
man.
no, no, no.
I see the straw man argument there.
But that's why. But that's why.
I'll say it like
You
this.
got a lot of women who is looking for validation for something. They
That's-
need something.
But not
Let
even
me
just
excuse
They're
that.
looking for
But
penis.
Yeah,
women,
They're looking
hold
for
on.
penis without the responsibility of
That's
being
it.
called a hoe.
That's it.
But a lot of women, if she likes you enough, she will lie to herself.
yeah.
It just
She
said
would
that.
not.
He
I
just
know.
said that.
That's what we saying.
But-
He just said that.
But you gotta
agree.
stop
Oh my
saying
God,
that
I'm like-
women. We agree, but you gotta stop saying that. Oh, women can get it easily. It's just the man. It's just because of the man who is feeding her these lies.
Oh.
That's the only
But-
reason
but-
why
what
why
lies?
women can
What
get it.
lies?
The
So,
lies
let me
that
ask
you
you a
say.
question.
Oh, you just said, oh,
Yeah.
you black girl magic. You can do this. Oh, you can do that. You feeding her
Are
To
this.
get the
telling
coochie.
me
Go
you
ahead.
Yeah.
You
Here, let
can't-
him go.
That-
That's
Are you
it.
telling me you can't go outside to a party or something and not have 10 dudes?
So I think it's
I'll tell you what to do.
confusion.
I'm gonna
That's
show you
what
all
it
you
is.
got to do. Paint your toenails white, hands white, nice hair. Put on some nice green, nice black spandex pants, and have a little chest hanging. I guarantee you got 12 dudes.
Want
who trying
me
to
tell
get
They
you
don't
why?
have to be nice.
Want me to tell you
They
why?
They can wear sweats.
Now,
Look
let
at
me
this.
want me to
tell
tell
you
you
why.
why?
Let me tell you.
I just said
you
it.
have the equivalent good looking
Depends on how
guy to
drunk
do
he
the
is.
same thing, and he won't get the same response.
But let me tell you why
Exactly.
it won't happen for me. Like I told you before, when I was single for them 4 years, I had my different seasons. But now I'm in my season where I value myself more. So not what they call them on TikTok, pookies, the pookies and the
And the
Ray Rays.
Ray
They're
Rays.
not gonna approach me because they already know what I'm about.
They will.
They won't.
They
Jazz-
will approach you.
They jazz,
I'm
yeah, they
just
will.
saying.
They will now.
No, they won't. Oh,
it's a myth that you guys keep on thinking.
They
You
just
know what?
wanna approach me.
Y'all keep saying, you are what you attract. You are
No.
not what you attract. What you're speaking to is not attraction. You're
Right.
speaking of acceptance.
No, 'cause
Exactly.
I've
What
attracted
you're
some,
saying, you're at a place where you want to accept that attention anymore, and that's good to you.
Right.
But just because you want to accept that doesn't mean that you
they're
won't get
still
that
not gonna
attention.
shoot their shot.
I don't.
Exactly.
When I
Come
say
on.
even in my DM, I
You've been
don't
to the gas
accept it.
station. You've been to the gas
Woo.
station.
Oh, so
lately?
they are your
Baby.
So they
DMs.
right.
So they
Listen,
are in your
I
DMs.
know. I'm talking about like you said, like at a like a setting. Like
Gas station
I done
is a
had,
setting.
Well,
Now, what you
okay,
have
whatever.
to choose from
If
is
it's at a gas station,
now we're choosing?
okay. If it's at a gas station, yeah, but I'm just saying, like at a setting,
That
like
doesn't
if I'm
make
at a
sense,
bar, like a guy would not just approach me because a lot of men say that I look mean to
Okay.
them
W-
without talking to me.
But you have celebrity women out here. Gabrielle Union, married woman, just wrote a book. I don't know if you've read it. It's very toxic. But she wrote a toxic book. And in that book, she said that she told her friends, I don't want a professional man. I want a Pookie and Ray Ray. I want a thug that's sitting at home playing his PlayStation. And the girl said, girl, he ain't got no money. He can do it. She said, I don't care. I just want the D. All right. Then you have Jasmine Sullivan in the R&B world that says, I don't care if he don't have a car. I don't care if he live with his mama. It's
hell no.
okay with me, long as he give me that D.
Because you preaching to
Right?
the wrong because
So-
that's
so-
what they want to hear.
Gabrielle is still married, right?
Oh yeah, she's still married.
She's still married to that man.
Yeah, she would.
But
Yeah.
just imagine getting some weak D. You know she finna go get her a thug.
Now,
Hey,
we talk
get the
about
likes up, everybody. Let's get
That
some. We
is
got
crazy.
51
You-
people
Come
in
on,
here.
man.
Get the likes up. Come
You
on.
know
likes
she
up,
finna
y'all.
go
Get
get
the
her
likes up.
something. I mean,
Yeah.
somebody said Fruit City, baby, them tacos real good. Baby, meet me a man at Fruit
Hey,
City, baby. I'm
That's
ready.
real talk. Fruit City is nice. That's real talk.
No, I actually had something different that I kind of want to ask y'all since y'all are both married, man. Just really curious for myself and maybe anybody else that is wants to be married one day. Red Pill talks a lot about how marriage isn't worth it now because of how unfair the contract is and stuff like that. Do y'all on y'all's channels, do y'all give advice to men to go ahead and still try to get married today, or do you give advice kind of like some of the other Red Pill speakers that are saying, don't even try today, it's not worth it at all? Like where are y'all at on that spectrum?
Well, to be honest with you, Sir Hill and I, we started in the dirt together. We found each other on YouTube, and we was at 20 subscribers, I think. I was at 19, 20. So we started in the dirt. But we started out, and when I first got on YouTube, I came with the iron fist. I was saying, you know what, you women, you ain't shit. And so I started out, very, very red pill. And then, as time, went on, I started to grow and say, okay, all women are not like that. So I can't put on all women. But no, I do tell men, get married. Absolutely. Find the wife that's for you. The problem that we're running into today, we're telling them it don't have to be a black girl. It could be love is love, period. So if you fall in love with Suzanne or Omarosa, fall in love with her. We don't care. If that's who loves you, that's going to be there for you and going to take care of you and nurture you, man. Marry who you love. It's not about race. And the kickback we get is, y'all against black women. You're just you haters of black women. That's what we receive. Sir Hill just did a show a couple of weeks ago about they saying that he hated women. And we know Sir Hill don't hate women. Come on, it's black satin. But at the same time, they say
Morris
that
Chestnut.
right, they say
Black Sabbath.
yeah. So but what they perceive is that we hate women because we hold women accountable on our platforms, that's for sure. And then on the flip side of that, we tell men get married, but you can marry anybody you want.
Here's the thing with this. So, as it stands today, just honestly, marriage is a bad deal for men as it stands right now.
Yeah.
But what I talk about is this is what it takes to become married. And I speak a lot of my stuff to women because a lot of women didn't have fathers. They got one side of a story and they're jaded. They come in thinking that the man, he's going to be a cheater, he's going to be a liar, he's going to be so and so and so. So I speak a lot to women. Marriage, if we don't get this together in the next 10 years, we don't know where this country is going to be because it's built on the fabric of family. And if we're not promoting not just marriage, that's subjective. Like we're promoting people, women being wives, men being husbands.
Yeah.
Anybody can be married. Having a marriage means nothing if the woman in there doesn't want to commit and be a good wife to that man, and if that man doesn't want to be a good husband to that woman.
Right.
So it's deeper than just go get married. It's you got some internal work to do. Do that work, because if you don't, what is life going to look like for your kids 10, 15 years from now? No family to come home to, no society, no community. Everybody's just piecemealing life together. So we preach marriage, but it's a lot deeper than that. We talk about the components it takes to be good in a marriage.
Okay.
Can I? Yeah, men now. I'm just saying this is from somebody who is actively dating. Men don't want to be married, and that's me just saying that because of the fact that like these men are now hitting career highs. So you've got this little black boy who grew up in poverty. He grew up with nothing. Now he can pay his mom's bills and pay his bills, and he has the world at his playing field. He goes to sections, he clears that shit out. Bottle wars, what you mean? He can sleep with any female he wants to.
Right.
So why would he choose when he has his pick of the litter and he has so much access ability? Between 25 and 35, they're at their prime. Then they hit 35, 40, and they realize, oh shit, my legacy, it's coming up now. Like, I don't have anybody to carry my last name. And I will say, for me, dating actively, I've gotten more wanting to settle down out of the men that I've dated that are 35 and up.
That's because that's financial prime.
Right.
What you said, 25, 35, that's physical prime. 35 and up, that's financial
But
prime.
their physical and their financial prime is at
And
its
you guys
peak.
also got to realize that it's also everything that's going on today with dating. It's a huge sourcing issue. So how you're sourcing these men, like you just said, like they're making this much money, they're doing this good. that's only the top 10% of men. There's 90% of men that you could be looking at as dating potential, and you're not even giving them a chance. Those top 10% guys are the ones that are out there doing all that stuff on Instagram, on Tinder. They are actually attractive enough where you actually like their
Right.
pictures and
Guess
So
shit.
what,
you don't
hoes?
think that the
She don't-
other
She don't see
percent?
them
Hold on,
sexually.
no, it's not that. You don't think that those other guys behind are riding the coattail of the 10%?
Oh.
What do you mean riding
No.
the coattail?
They-
No,
they-
not at all. They're
There's
a
who do
lot
you
of
think
dudes
is
missing the
fit-
bus.
Hold on, yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
They
Now,
missing the bus.
their
What y'all doing?
fans,
It's a lot of men at how you got married. When you got married, it's a lot of men his age are missing the bus of that good love that you guys experience. They're missing the bus. Like they're not even
Yeah.
on the same
Yeah, but
accord.
you're passing by the potential. Like he
No,
just
no.
said, it could be a plumber out there making $60,000 a year that needs a root canal that will treat you like a queen, and you won't get him. You want to go over here to
But-
the guy that's going to cheat on you because let's talk about it. Men that have more money, rest in peace, KS. Men that have more money, they don't cheat. They exercise their options. So what he's going to do? I got $1 million in the bank. Why the hell would I be with this one woman? That $60,000 man. Oh my God, I love her. I'm just going to stick with
but
her.
guess what they're doing? They're following behind the man that's in the top 10%.
Mhm.
What do you mean by
Explain
that?
Yeah,
Let me
explain
explain.
more on that. What do you mean
Pyramid
by
scheme.
that?
Okay.
Hold on.
Can I explain?
Everybody clear the
Can I
mic. Here, no, I already know what you're talking about, so I'm gonna explain it for them. What she's talking about is that those 90% of losers are scammers. They're trying to act
Mhm.
like the top 10%, and I agree with
They're
her.
not.
There's a lot of guys in that 90% bracket
Just be the
that are
90%.
buying the Louis V, buying all the stupid
broke.
shit, but they're broke as hell. They don't even have a 401k. They don't have an HSA. They don't have an IRA. They don't have any of these things. They don't know how to save money or anything. And I know what she's talking about because I mentor a lot of these young guys all the time, and this is very fucking true. There's a lot of guys scamming, but this still goes back to women. You need to take accountability for you not being able to scan that shit, for you not
Also,
being able
wait.
to
Hold on, but
see.
it's also
Okay,
not
so
just
wait a
that.
minute.
It's also
Wait,
not.
wait,
Okay,
wait,
go
wait.
ahead.
Are you saying that all those scammers, all those guys that are trying to be like the
Not
top
just
10%
scammers. They're not
are the
scammers.
90%?
No, so that's what
Because
I'm
that's just
saying.
very
That's what
unlikely.
that's what I'm saying is I think that maybe what I'm saying is not as clear and concise. So it's not that they're not in their own lane because he goes to his plumber job and he's a plumber and he's still a plumber. But on the weekends, guess whose section he's trying to sit with Chris Brown. He's not trying to fucking
You know
I get what
why?
you're saying, but why do you care about those type of guys? Who gives a shit about the guy trying to go get the table,
But it's
though?
a clout thing. Guys love clout.
But
just
what
as
I'm
much as
asking, what I'm
No.
trying to
Why
figure
do
out
you
is why
care?
are you why do you care about those
Why
type
do
of
you
guys? That's
care?
why I'm trying to figure out because if those guys should be like you should be like
What do
they
you
should
mean?
be
Do you have social
invisible.
media?
Yes,
you
I
have
do.
social media?
Yes.
Everybody has social media right now.
Yes.
So there's no way for it to be invisible. Social
But-
media
but-
is
but you give it
influential. Someone
attention.
is
You're right.
influenced, but someone is influenced by someone in their life or someone that they surround their circle with. You
Okay,
want your
but what
top
I'm saying is that
5% to
there's
be winners.
you're acting like that's not nice. So like we were just saying, there's 10% guys and then 90% trying to act like it's not 90%. It's probably about 50 to 60% of guys are trying to act like that top 10%. So yeah, if you're getting scammed by that 50% block, I'm sorry. There's 30% of men in between the age of 18 and 30 that haven't had sex within the last year. They're either virgins or haven't had sex. 30%, 1 in 3 men. So those 1 in 3 men, you don't even see them. They're
This is in
completely
Dallas,
invisible.
Texas?
This is in the United
United
States.
States.
No,
United
I
States.
was gonna say
So-
please, because Dallas, Texas has
So,
the
yeah.
highest rate of
Yeah, I know because everybody keeps choosing that 50% bracket.
We have a different access though. That's
But-
what I'm saying. Like I used to not go out.
It's a sourcing issue.
It's
And
not
if
a
you keep
sourcing.
sourcing through social media or you keep sourcing through dating apps, if you keep sourcing through who's at the club,
But
you're sourcing the wrong men.
It's not a dating app. You're talking about young professional entrepreneurs in Dallas throw events. There's brunches. There's day parties.
And all of that is
Hold on, but there's
scams.
things
I'm
that-
telling you, all of it is scams.
them
All
do
of it.
scams.
All that
Okay, but
surface
I'm
level
telling
Instagram
you
shit
that-
is all bullshit.
Okay, so let me say
So
this.
if you
It's
can-
this starts not take all the money away. This starts when you're children. If right now, if you go to a high school and you got the star quarterback with the Letterman jacket on with all the patches on it, all the girls are giving him attention, all the girls want him, right? If you tell one of the little nerd boys that, hey, I can give you a Letterman jacket with some patches on it, he's gonna fake the funk and put that fucking Letterman jacket on because he wants the attention that the star quarterback is getting. What's happening is men are, if they are being fake, they're being fake because they want the attention from the women that they want to be with. And
Facts.
now they're saying, hey, oh my God, look at him. He got on Louis Vuitton. Shit, I can't afford it. But if I can get me a woman out of this, fuck it. Right? And he's
Hell
buying
yeah.
it. So he's becoming something he's not. He's becoming an imposter so he can get the woman that's because he's really interested. Say he's interested in you, Mississippi. He's like, man, she's beautiful. But damn, she keep looking over that Idris. She won't look at me. So damn, I gotta change my accent. I gotta go buy a black shirt. I gotta open up my chest a little bit, make my voice a little deeper, and go buy some Louis, and she'll like me. Look at all the videos on YouTube right now. All these little reels of men that's trying to talk to women. She said, get out my face, get out my face. And at the end, he walks up to a Lamborghini and our whole fucking body language changes. Oh, that's you? Hey, you can give me a ride for sure.
But Dallas, it's also I
don't
will
like
say
men like
dating
that.
the dating pool in Dallas is completely different than I lived in Chicago. I lived in that, and the men, both of my exes, all of my exes actually, most of them were from Chicago, from the Midwest.
Yeah.
It's a different caliber of men. They were raised differently. The way that they carry themselves differently. Then I come home to Dallas, right? These are the men that I grew up here. They're born and bred a different way. You've got a lot of pretentious, like you said, and the thing
Right.
about it is they might be making $5,000 to $10,000 a week, but guess what? He fucks his money off at the end of every week
Right.
because there's so much access out here. If you're young, rich, and turnt, why are you not going to be in a section? Why are you not?
I just don't even understand why women, good women also, because y'all are both really good women, give those type of guys any attention. You can tell, you can see the facade right there.
So where do we
They're
meet
at
good
the club.
guys? So where do
they
we
It's
be
a
meet
lit.
sourcing. This is
See,
why I was
see,
talking
wait,
about.
wait,
Hold on,
wait,
hold on,
wait,
hold on,
wait.
hold on,
Where do we
hold
meet
on.
them? Where
This is
do
what
we
I was
meet
talking
these
about.
guys?
It's a sourcing issue
Where do we
today.
meet them?
You need to go anywhere other than the club.
Girl, you
the-
gotta go
and
to
the
the cigar
Instagram.
lounge.
Starbucks, hold on, Starbucks.
No, just
because
No.
literally anything.
art
I go to
gallery.
Starbucks all
Go
the
to an
time. I go
art
to the
gallery or
gym.
And then
something.
I go to art
yes,
galleries.
and
I
what-
just went
what-
to one.
what
There
you
was
need to
no men
also-
there. There was no men
Look,
there.
look. Women have too many choices. They have to filter. A woman has hundreds of guys coming at them, so a woman has to be very good at filtering. A guy is the opposite issue. He's just trying to get one thing. So I understand it's very hard for women today, but that just means you have to be even more on your fucking game about it, because there's so many ways. Like, you understand, if you meet a guy at the club, if you meet a guy on Instagram, on social media, that's the type of guy that is trying to go find girls.
Exactly.
He is trying to go get girls like you and finesse you
For sex.
for box. He's trying to
Yep.
finesse for the box. And there's
Yeah.
tons of guys that do this. And if you sit there and you keep seeing these same things over and over and over again, and then you just don't think, oh, well, maybe it's not me.
So you
It's
don't
not
think
me.
that guys are getting? Let me tell you something about this, because I'm gonna tell you, because it's crazy. So guys are getting smarter. Guys are not just going to the club they're recruiting in places
Only
that you hold on,
Top
but
10% do
but
this.
they're doing it in places that you wouldn't think that they would be.
Well, yeah, they're at the grocery store. That's why I'm
Pilates.
telling you, because
Right.
Pilates, grocery,
or
Starbucks.
yoga, yes,
Star-
because like I said, those guys,
They're
they
smart.
have the balls to go out. Like I said, 30% of men, 1 in 3 men are virgins and or haven't had sex within the last year. And the
But-
reason why is because they're not out doing that stuff. They don't have the balls to come up and say, hey, what's your number? They don't. Those guys, that 1/3 of men, they're pussies. They don't have any of that.
Social media has made them bold, though.
Well, so
No,
Vince, can I-
no,
can I-
not
It's
really.
giving
Go
them a
ahead, go ahead.
platform.
This is why it depends on age.
Right.
This is why I said I've been 19 years
Right.
old, and it's not easy. People have to grow up. You don't get mature. You don't get this unless you go through life. And you can't expect somebody who's 24, 25 to have that maturity. I'll give you an example. So when I was 23, I fresh got my license. I ain't never had nothing. What did I go do? Something stupid. I went out and bought an expedition. The most dumb thing that I could have done.
My
right?
God.
Now listen, my credit score was terrible. It was like 2. And so my
Damn. Wait.
so
Yeah.
so
We're not just gonna run past that.
so listen, I said
Yeah.
it was 2. My interest rate was like 27, 28%.
Oh my
Right?
Wow.
I ended up getting that vehicle because I thought I really wanted it. And then guess what happened? I lost it. What did losing that teach me? Getting repossessed.
Yeah.
That's not what you do.
Yeah.
Life experience matures you. And a lot of these young guys who are doing this stupid stuff, this is what's called growing up. So if you're trying to get them to act like 35 at 24, you're going to be disappointed.
Exactly.
Give that man time to grow, and you work on yourself as
I'm
well.
27. My dating pool is between the ages of 25 and 35.
You should be
So
dating 31 and
And
above.
above.
Yeah, that's what I'm
right.
saying. I date guys that are 35 and older. Remember what I just said
Right.
earlier about the fact
And
that
they're not on
they're a
Facebook.
lot.
I had to address that point. So working men, we don't, unless it's business, we're not on Instagram. Click. We might post something. Men who are out here getting it,
Yeah.
we have to be reminded. We forget our passwords. I
Yeah.
forgot how to log
Right.
into this thing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They're not going to be on Instagram. They're not going to be on Facebook unless that's how they make their money.
Business.
So stop
Right.
looking for them there.
And to be honest, they profile picture be so ugly, but they be fine in person. But anyway, they
Uh-oh.
can't take pictures real good, but they're really good men. But the thing is that when I spoke on in my season, meaning that I got myself, I stopped dating completely. I stopped having sex completely. I just stopped because I realized that I kept attracting like the wrong type of men. I was like, okay, hold on. Let me get in my season. Let me kick back. Let me figure out exactly what I need. I hate when us as women we date and we don't even know what we want. We just dating. We don't know what we want. We ain't sat down. We ain't figure out exactly what we need in a man. I have kids. How I would want him to be with my son and my daughter. Like I'm just out here
Caught up in
really.
the feelings a little bit.
Yeah. I'm just, I need butterflies. Nah. The butterfly, that'd be toxic.
Yeah,
That's a bad sign.
You can have genuine desire for somebody.
Butterflies mean it when you get butterflies, that really honestly it means that it's something that you're used to. And that's not good. That's not a good feeling. It's just a feeling that you used to, and you like, okay, he give me butterfly, but that's not the fairy tale. But when I say I'm in my season, meaning that now I don't even look at height anymore. I used to be so hooked on he gotta be 6'6", he gotta have this, he gotta have that, he gotta look good for me on pictures. Now that I'm in my season, I just want to be happy. I want a man to just love me.
But how many women have lost good men because of that attitude?
Yeah,
They
done lost it.
So watch this. He got to be 6'6". He got to have a 6-pack. He got to have 10 inches of meat roast down in his pants. But you know what happened? Though the contradiction comes in. That when the man says, "Well, she got to be 5'4", 134 pounds, no weave on her head, no eyelid," and then when a man starts listening to that shit, oh, bitch, you got me fucked up, nigga. You don't accept me for who I. Right, so it turns, right? All of that turns.
But and it's so crazy because on I think an older episode of this podcast, someone had said that if you 300 pounds, you're not attractive. So it's like, if you small,
Pearl.
yeah, shout out to Pearl. I wish he was on this show. You and that other guy, the passport boy, I wanted him so bad. Lord, I want him so bad.
Austin, come back, bro.
Austin, come back, because I swear I got some words for you. But it was something that she said, and I said, man, I wish that I could just tell her, cause you are 130 pounds, you might get picked, but that don't mean that you can stay. It's a lot of women, it's a lot of men that pick someone smaller because it looks good, but he might cheat on you with someone that's a total opposite of what you got. And that's what I don't understand.
But we live in the he mights.
Yeah, so it's like
I want to say
being
fit
is a good starter though. Being fit is a good starter though.
And see me, I'm fit. Like me, I was a lot. I ain't gonna say the weight, but you know what I'm saying. I was a lot. I still go to the gym every day. Right. But it's just some things that my grandma and them gave me that just won't leave. But it is what it is. But I'm just saying. I feel like that is like a old school thing when it comes down to weight. Cause you have a lot of fetishes, you have a lot of people that just into a lot different things.
I don't think.
Hold on. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think it's. I don't think it's when it comes to the whole weight thing. I don't think it's that. Because I'm a recovering anorexic. I don't think. I'm gonna let that settle for a minute. I don't think for any.
I thought you for real.
No, I'm lying. Think about it for a second. But what we need to understand is that the thing between men and women when we talk about this whole weight thing is that Sir Hell, if I'm going out and I say, Sir Hell, man, we're gonna take a dude trip, we're going to Vegas, and I come out on the beach and I got a medium Under Armour shirt on, and I'm coming up, Sir Hell's gonna say, hey, dude, you need to go take that little ass shirt off. What's happening is women that are 300 pounds running down the beach looking like Matilda's grandmother, and their friends are going to say, girl, you killing the game. Girl, you was bad. Girl, you... And she's over there snoring while she's awake. Right? So we got to... And so nobody's telling her, hey, girl, you need to go do this. Sir Hell will hold me accountable, but women don't hold each other accountable when it comes to that. And you have women like will just be... I'm telling you, just woke, just talking to you. And they say, girl, you're breathing good. Girl, go in and snore while you woke. Girl, you killing the game. Girl, you dying early. Girl, die.
So it's what he's saying is uncomfortable truths or comforting lies.
Yes.
But it's like it's okay. Okay, you small like that to get what pick, but that don't mean
No.
that
But
No.
you're
what
not
it
gonna
is-
get
So
like
what it shows she's disciplined at something.
yeah.
And
But
this is what I wanted to go back to something you said earlier. Is that I think you're right about women should know what they want. Like I think but y'all are taught that's over taught. What you should be if you want to be a wife is what can you give,
Mhm.
and if
Mhm.
you can
Yep.
communicate to a man, I'm disciplined. I'm goal oriented. I know how to work with somebody. I know when to be quiet and listen. Like those kind of things are valuable
Coachable.
to a man.
But that's why I said in the beginning, like that's what my dad said that I need someone to tell me, he can give me that look. That's what I said, and you kind of went like, you want to be, blah blah blah.
But that
Thank
behavior, but you got to check that
girl. She
behavior
so
though.
cute.
But
Oh,
I'm
his
saying-
girlfriend so pretty, y'all. Y'all should see her.
All the comments think that I'm a fucking incel according to what I've been reading.
Really?
I don't have a girlfriend apparently.
Y'all, he got a girlfriend. She's so fan.
All right. Well, now this goes back to something I really wanted to talk to y'all also about because as a guy that's purple pill and I really want to be married one day.
Oh shit.
I want to know like what y'all. I really want to know what y'all think about cheating though, because obviously in the red pill sphere, there's a lot of talk about guys should be able to exercise their options. I'm as a purple pill, like part of my purple pill philosophy, I don't think that guys should cheat.
Right.
I'm very much against it.
Okay.
I think that it causes a bad cycle. So I just want to know what y'all, like what y'all's opinions are on it. You can go first, man.
When it comes to the whole cheating thing, I think that when especially for women and men, I think that sometimes it happens, and we got to address the elephant in the room. It happens in some relationships. The reason that thing happens is because most men have a breaking point. Most men have a starting point, and at their starting point is, hey, you know what, Mississippi, I had a long day today. And man, my boss, man, he tripping, man. I just, boy, listen, boy, listen, man. I ain't got time for all that. You need to take these kids to practice. You need to get these kids over to rehearsal. I ain't got. Once a man opens up to you and become vulnerable to you, and you stomp him out, or you cut him off and tell him, you don't address the issues that he's giving you, he will never trust to give you that again. And what happens is, Becky at the printer at work is going to ask him the same question, and she's going to break him down over some weeks. She's going to say, "Hi, how are you today? I'm good. You okay? Man, I'm good." Next week, "You okay? Well, I'm going through some things. What are you going through?" The next week, "Is you and your wife still having problems?"
Oh,
The
Lord.
next
Yeah,
week,
she
"Are your
waiting on
kids
that.
still?" So she's going to break him down
Yeah,
over
that's
the
what they
weeks.
do.
And then the next thing that's going to happen, you want to go have lunch? And the next thing that's going to happen is, well, my house is right around the corner,
Mhm.
right? So what happens is, and it happens to men, it also happens to women. There's men, and I said this before to my sister, and she got really pissed off at me. I hope she's watching. Hey, sis. Because what happens is a man, my sister cheated on her husband, and because the boy told her she was beautiful and bought her some goddamn Chinese food. So I mean, so
Oh, I love
so
Chinese food.
see what I'm talking
Egg
about?
roll.
See how she told
There we go.
Nah, give me some hot wings.
some Chinese food and a compliment got him some coochie. But the man that she's married to couldn't get none of the coochie, and he paid the bills.
Because they went all flat.
It's the comfort, though. It's the comfort.
No, so
It's
But
it's
comfort-
comfort.
Hold on, no,
How
no,
do you
no.
not-
Let me
how do you
tell
have
you.
comfort
Let me
without
tell
a
you something.
home?
Hold on. That's what I'm saying. When the house no longer. Have you ever been in your house? Okay, like for instance, when I moved back here from Chicago, I moved in with my parents. That's home, right?
Mhm.
But hell no, that was not home. You get what I'm saying? Because I'm a grown woman in that home now.
sure.
Right.
So when you look around and you start realizing, oh shit, like I don't know these walls. That's quite like I thought I knew them, right? And instead of relearning and re-bridging that gap in marriage and saying, let me date my partner again. This is a totally different person now. Let me find out. She might not like being licked behind the ears no more. She might like me to tickle her now. I don't know, something new. But they don't take the time to get to know each other again and relearn each other.
But one thing in that home that me
That's a
and
real
my kid's father was, we was in. One thing that my dad told me, he said, "Look, you better not sleep with no other man in that home. While you in that home with that man, you better leave that man." And that's what women don't understand. Cheating is very different. When it comes to being with a man and a woman, it's just different. We don't want to accept the fact that it's different.
accepted different.
Way
It's-
different.
It's
But-
yeah,
but
it's
let's
It's
different.
different.
And
Like,
one
it's-
thing that
it's-
my dad, I'm sorry, one thing that my dad, like the thing that he told me was, you know, even if he ain't making you happy, this and that. I don't care how in love that man is with you. Once he figure out that you done slept with somebody else, that love, it just
It's
just
never the
go.
same.
It's just never the same.
Because
You
men
can
are
beg him,
conquerors.
you can do this, but the love just not the same.
You gave away what was supposed to be his.
That's right. So, and I tell men all the time, if she cheats on you, it's over. Leave her. Let her
Yep.
go and don't accept her back. But because it's different. But I want to address your
Yeah,
question.
go ahead, man. Yeah.
The answer is no. I don't believe in exercising your options. But it wasn't just exercise your options. It was if you're not taking care of your business wife, then he'll have opportunities to exercise. So in order to overcome that, don't let him leave the house with his balls, full.
Yeah,
Right.
dog.
Make sure you love on him. And I think we have to start telling women that, because the truth is, I don't know what it is as you go through the phases of life. That is about. Let me be real with y'all for a second.
Married
A lot
men.
of women can be born in bed.
Yeah.
Like just lay there like a couch potato, don't do nothing, not active,
Like a
just
mannequin.
right.
Just-
They don't want to hear that,
Like,
man.
where are
Hold on,
the
guys.
women?
They do
And
not
hold
want to
on,
hear
guys.
that.
Hold on, guys. And I've seen it where a woman like to go downtown, give me what I need to, and then she be biting him, and it's uncomfortable because
Biting?
but I'm saying she's not as interested in giving him what he wants as she is in getting what she
But
wants from
that's
him.
the settling.
And
That's
here's
the
what I'm
settling.
saying. And because he can't tell her that without her being offended or
Yep.
getting
Yeah.
angry,
I ain't
and
doing
then
it no
she
more.
shuts down,
Yeah.
then he doesn't get anything else anymore.
Exactly.
But the bigger thing is, most men are not cheating. It's a myth that we have out there that most men are out there. Most men are boring, and if we got some guaranteed coochie, we want that
Yeah,
guaranteed
y'all
coochie.
lazy. Y'all don't
This
want
is
to do
more
the work.
like,
for it?
listen.
Right, you gotta
So
got it at
costs
home.
more money.
So men
Right.
don't cheat because of sex. We cheat often for relief.
But why
That
y'all
woman-
be
that woman that-
marrying women that don't even like sex? That don't be
No, that's
understanding.
not how it works. So sometimes women change.
Mhm.
Like sometimes you can be 25 and throwing it
Freaky,
down.
yeah.
Right.
And
Yeah.
then she have 2 kids and then get a job or go back to school, and then suddenly her sex drive changes. So
Like
that's a
what?
big thing that a lot of women don't want to admit. But women change and don't think that sex isn't important. They think it's a gift.
Huh?
It is. It's
No.
not no gift.
Yeah.
No.
I'm gonna
Sex
give
is
to you on your
important to
birthday.
me.
If you're married though, you shouldn't. A married man should not be practicing. What is that? Dick discipline. He should not.
Oh, he ain't
be
practicing.
sitting-
This is
That's
mama
what,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
that's
yeah,
what
yeah.
I'm saying
There's
though.
some-
yeah,
He
some
should
jergens.
not be. Y'all are not new to this anymore. This is not a.
It ain't him.
He
He
does
get hard
this
every
tit for
morning
tat. That's what
by
I'm saying.
7:20.
But that's what I'm
Hold up.
saying though. Is sometimes I think that this is from someone who was married and the sex life in my marriage began to deplete, right? And I had to accept the fact that, like, okay, he's not getting the milk from the home cow.
Oh,
He's getting the milk from another cow. Hey, it might be almond milk. It might be, he's getting it from somewhere else though. And I had to accept the fact that, like, that was my doing in that. That was my doing in that. That was that accountability.
Okay.
that, like,
Okay, girl.
right?
Okay.
And so this is what it boils down to. I was not physically attracted
That's how it be,
to
girl.
the person that I was. So now I know if I'm not physically attracted to
I
you,
don't want you.
whoa. So
Whoa, hold on.
I
Yeah,
gotta
go
tell
It
you
ahead,
got
go
to the point where
Ladies-
he did not do manly things anymore. So I like when
No,
I had
like,
to
I
call
literally
my
Can I
dad.
combat her point really quickly?
Yeah.
So that's a good point, and that's actually respectable. But ladies, I need you to understand, there are some times where your man might not be attracted to you either.
Yeah.
And if attraction is based off of, like, the love is based off of that, you're gonna miss it. You have to find something, and that's why you invest in your marriage, because what might have attracted or held you together when you were 20, it's gonna be something completely different.
That's
So
why I
find
wish I was more mature.
So find a point
at
of
the
attraction.
time.
Find a point of attraction and sustain it,
Right.
because it ain't gonna always be looks.
And what happens when, because you're a beautiful girl, what happens when one day something, God forbid, something happens where you get sick and they have to put you on a pill that you gain 75 pounds and you're not the same woman that he married? Is it okay for him to say, you know what, I'm not attracted to this sick ass woman no more. I'm
And
finna
I don't wanna
go
be
and
with
get
her.
me. I don't want to be with her no more.
So can I give you like a really honest answer?
Yeah.
So like for me, I have never experienced that as far as like my partner not being attracted to me. And that's because I was what she said about undervalue. So I grew up in a household where I was a late bloomer. So like I did not look like this when I was 18, 19 years old.
But
get what
you're 27, though, right?
Yes.
Right.
So
Wait till
I
about
would-
39.
But that's what I'm saying though, is that I don't want to say like I age backwards, but I didn't peak out. I had 3 kids. I don't look like I had 3 kids. So for me, my partner was going in the opposite direction
Right.
than I was. And
Right.
so I took my going into motherhood as like, this is my femininity. I'm embracing this new body. I'm embracing this new change in myself. And I actually ended up turning it into like what they call it, alchemy. You turn something that's not supposed to be gold into gold.
Wow, it's
Right?
so crazy.
I know
'cause,
you have 3
And
kids. You
so
don't look like
that's
that.
what I'm
Yeah.
saying
Right.
though. So for
Like,
me,
I was
I
the
aged
You
opposite.
shook back.
and I aged
Yeah,
in,
she does, Grace. She does.
I aged in reverse. So my partner was coming settled into this stop getting haircuts. Like, dude, that's bare minimum.
But like
You want to
mine,
be on the game and you don't want to take showers. Like, those are very
Oh,
basic
oh.
hygiene.
Well, you talking about the man or the child?
my
The man.
Yeah, that's unacceptable.
like
Yeah.
he
That's what
just
I'm
was
saying.
like he would get off work.
And I'm over here, and you want me to come put it on? You?
Right. Mine would get off work.
You want me
He was
to
a
come put
police
something
officer.
on
He
you?
would get off work, and I used to always make sure I was ready when I was in the bed. You know, I'm like, I mean, come on. But it got to the point where it's like, okay, dang, bro, you ain't need to take out the trash. So it would get to the point in our relationship where I would just turn over and be like, get it over with.
How about him
Hey,
not
hey,
taking
but,
out the trash? This man is saving lives, protecting the community.
Saving lives, man. Them police are wars.
Hey man,
But it's
every car they
soldiers.
walk up on, they can be shot. So
Okay,
I
look-
actually have a lot of respect
Okay,
for
but
police
it's the
officers.
same.
Yeah, right.
Okay,
Come on
I
now.
love. Okay, I did at one point, but it got to the point where he was just like stuck in his way. He was a mama boy, like.
Oh, the son husband.
But that's
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Hold on,
But
hold
you know,
on.
he was
Sounds
18. You gotta
familiar,
think
huh?
about it when we got together. Boy, please. So when we got together, he was 18. He lied about his age at first. Like we was college, you know what I'm saying? And honestly, it was like I raised him. Honestly, like
Okay.
I sacrificed a lot of things.
So you became the dependent woman after his
Yes.
mama made him a son husband.
Yeah, and
Oh,
his
okay.
mom kicked him out.
No, you
His-
were you
His
married?
mom kicked him. See, that's what I'm finna get to.
Mm-hmm.
Did not have a ring. We was together all them years. Never got married. He was in the military. He went to the military. It was like I was like, okay, what I'm doing all this for? I'm already unhappy. Now I gotta settle. It got to the point where I feel like I was settling, and I wanted to just let him go. Like it's time for him to like. I felt his energy as to like. I felt like he was kind of like. I felt that he was unhappy.
Okay. Now you see how you can explain so eloquently
Yes,
how trash Dick is.
It is.
Right? You know what?
But I like this.
You know what? The biggest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing people he didn't exist. The
Yeah.
biggest trick that men pull is telling all y'all got good pussy when your pussy is trash.
Mm.
Yeah.
And men,
That's
and so
the facts
and
right
so
there,
women,
bro.
so
Yeah,
women,
they
so
did
men,
do
so
that.
what happens is
But I
men,
know mine.
if men start stepping up and saying, you know what? Yeah, I got a nut, but that pussy trash. When you gave me head, you gave me. I mean, goddamn, I got scabs. You bit me. You know, we need to start telling the truth instead of going through the motions. It being that motherfucker. Oh yeah, girl. You. Oh shit. Wait. Or she riding dick. Or she throwing. Or
Hold
she.
on, how you just?
You know. Or she throwing that ass back. You know, and she throwing that ass back on you, and the smell coming up hitting you in the face. See, because see, we're not talking about the hygiene part of you throwing that ass back, and you need to go and you need to have a you know, some women need to have a dish with a battery on it because sometimes you throwing that ass back and the smell hitting his face, he back there like this.
Yeah.
You know, just trying to get it over
I
with.
want to know why y'all be doing that.
Right? And
Like
so-
why men do that? Like it's
But
so crazy.
but a man
how
not
y'all
go-
just smash anything.
a man not gonna tell you that you trash. There's a lot of married men out here. Why is coochie trash?
They need
And they're
to.
not gonna tell him, baby.
Y'all need to.
But if he
You
do,
need to.
but no,
The
but
reason-
no, if he does, he
Nope.
gonna get shut down for 6
Man, you
months.
know how
We're
much stuff out here.
competitive. We are
It's
competitive.
2022. You know how much stuff out here that can get that coochie right back tight.
No,
like you
listen,
just had.
ma'am, listen,
Like what?
listen.
Oh, who
Ma'am.
that talking about? You sound so good.
The reason why men don't tell your pussy's trash is because he worked so hard for him to get in the first place.
Man, first of all, I
Right.
got that snapper.
Right.
I promise you, it's good.
Okay.
Snap or apple?
No, but yeah, a lot of guys are so desperate and so happy just to have something. I think they put up with that trash because they're just so happy to have something, you know.
I think that they need to start telling.
I really feel like
the
I
reason
second
why
that.
is because
men need to start turning these
let me
women
tell you
down.
something. No,
Right.
no. Women, we are just as we are competitive too.
Yes.
So
What way?
even
make me work for it. Ooh,
let
that
me hold on.
microphone. What kind of microphone
no,
it is?
no,
Explain
no,
on that.
no. Let
Is
me
this
just
okay for you?
let me just say it.
My
Like
lord.
Go ahead, just say it.
I don't. Shit, we gonna get
You
raw.
too.
Nah,
I
go
know
ahead.
that.
Go ahead.
Okay,
Go
I
ahead.
don't want the guy that nobody is looking at.
Yeah, we know
I
that.
100%.
We know.
Okay,
We all know this.
I like a nerdy guy.
Hold on.
I
Okay,
like
so
nerdy.
being
Oh,
with that
Like,
being
shit,
said,
serious, freaky.
my man should have just as much capability to tell me the same thing. He doesn't want somebody that yes.
Men and women are different.
No, I like
We are
a
so
quiet
different.
man. I love me a
Hold on,
quiet,
but-
mysterious gamer. You know what I'm saying?
But let me
Whoa,
just
whoa. See what I'm talking about? She want a
Huh?
son husband. She want a son husband.
She wanted to
Hey,
finish.
finish. Yeah, let her finish.
I
Breathe it, breathe.
It's
Let it
okay.
out,
Did you
let
lose it?
out, let it
I've
out.
never experienced a guy telling me that my shit is trash.
I
He ain't
never
gonna tell
experienced
Because
you.
he's
it.
never going to.
Hold on. But
It's
I
the look
asked.
in his eyes,
Hold
baby.
on. But I've asked for feedback and I've gotten.
He lied.
No. I've received
They really don't understand.
honest. Hold on,
How do you know it's
uncut, unfiltered
Come on.
feedback. I don't like teeth when I get head.
I'm gonna put it like this.
You
A
gonna tell
man
him, but he
left
ain't gonna
me-
tell
No,
you.
he told me. That.
Oh, your teeth was in the way? Damn.
Most men.
I-
Hold on, no. I appreciate that because if she is truly a giver, she wants to be good at what she does.
That's
She
a
wants
fact.
to be the best at her
But
craft.
she gonna be butthurt.
You can't grow and be butthurt.
I want to ask these men a question.
Okay.
Okay, so it been some situations I've been in where a man who said, "Oh," but it been some situations I've been in where men say, you know, they kind of like get kind of like distance because it's too good. Like, have y'all ever had something that was? It's like too good. You
Man,
feel
stop
like
it.
Hey, what a cap
Stop
at?
it.
You got some hats in here.
Hey, look,
Get
stop.
the hats. We need some hats.
It
Some
was
cap-
so
some
For
cap-
real.
wonderful.
For
I had
real.
to distance myself.
No,
I had to
listen.
go
You
on a
just so
vacation.
good. I want to
Why
distance
you-
myself.
why
I
you-
never want to see
Listen.
her again. It's so good.
What's my name
Listen.
again? Who am I?
Okay,
Who
listen.
am I? It was so
Listen,
good.
listen. Okay,
Stop the
So-
cap.
ain't no cap. So with the situation, it's like, okay, man, you gonna have to use this for your IG thing. So okay, I'm gonna put it like this. Most men get intimidated by a woman that is too freaky because they feel like, oh, she'll be freaking. She freaking like this with anybody.
Let me tell you what you ran into. You
That's
ran
true.
into a man.
No,
You
that's
ran,
true.
I'm
okay,
being
that's true.
honest,
But
like,
you
for
ran into
real.
a man. Them two good men. When they say it's too good and they distance themselves from you, what you're doing is, and I hope that don't take everybody just don't
Hey,
take this the
tell
wrong
me,
way.
babe.
What you're doing is you're converting a man that like me and he's confused and now he's saying, you know what?
Wait, what?
That pussy's so good, I don't even want to be with men no more.
No,
If he
that's-
start distancing himself from you, he don't booty duty because ain't no
Hey,
man,
hey,
ain't no man
yo.
running from no good pussy, man. He
It's
not.
like most
He
men
not.
feel like I'm too. They like, man, you so friendly. You too friendly with me. You always talking to me, and then you don't sit there and just suck me up like that, and then I'm supposed to.
If
What
you
I'm
got-
supposed to
They do
do?
think you're doing
If you
that
got
with
that Grey
everybody, though.
Poupon, he ain't driving away from it.
And
I'm
he
telling
don't
you,
drive
right
away.
now.
They do
But he
think
don't wanna
that
be in
you're
a
out here
relationship
giving
with
it
me.
to
On my
everybody.
cut time.
They do think that you're out here giving it.
But
to
he don't
everybody.
want me. He don't want to be in a relationship with me. He's so. It's like he feel like I'm giving it to someone else. Like he get real insecure, like to the point where one time we was at Bar Louie in Arlington, and he popped up on me and my family. I had a dude.
Oh, you got a psychopath.
Yeah, I had one dude back in Mississippi hid under my bed, broke into my house, hid under my bed.
Oh, you do. Oh, you may do have that good though. I mean, if he running in restaurants and beating up
And I had to
waitresses,
call the
and-
police.
Cap.
No, but
Stop the cap.
but hold up.
Cap.
If he
I'm
doesn't
just
want a
being-
relationship
I got
with
the
you,
police report to explain that one.
Just him. Go.
look, if he doesn't want a relationship with you, it has nothing to do with sex.
I can't even see your eyes. I don't even know if you're lying or telling the truth.
That's what I like to
I'm a
say
man
about
of
guys
God.
with sunglasses on too. I
I'm
agree
a-
with that.
I'm a
You
man
never
of
know.
Oh,
No, but sex has nothing to do with if you want a relationship with you, he's gonna give you that relationship.
I know, right?
So
right.
having a good and not having a good that has nothing to do with
Good ain't got nothing to do with a man want to be with a woman. And that's
Right.
why I feel like women need to stop trying to use
Who cares if you got the
sex.
good if you can't lock
Right.
it down? Who cares?
Right.
Right.
But you
Ain't
know,
worth
but
nothing.
but that's the same thing what I was trying to mention when it came down to weight. Most men, they get the skinny minis, but she can't even give head. It's like she's sucking bad, but she look good.
No, that's a lie now.
Let me tell you
That's
something.
a lie
no,
now.
no.
Yeah.
I got some. Girl,
some-
I know you got. I'm just saying.
It's some skinny girls can suck cancers through
No,
California.
I know. No,
depends,
I'm just saying.
We
In
just
most
Come
feel like
on
you
now.
ain't done everything.
Come
That's
on
what
now.
it is.
What I'm
We just don't-
saying-
a man doesn't want to feel like
I'm
his
saying
woman has already
in most
done everything.
situations, most men cheat on
Well,
most men cheat on their wife or their girlfriend with someone totally opposite of what they woman look like.
Yeah.
Let's
can
keep it real.
Men like variety.
She's a shadow chick. You know,
Men like
you
variety.
from the South. You know what a shadow chick is?
Oh, yeah.
The woman that every man go sleep with in the
Mhm.
dark when nobody's
Mhm.
looking, right? Because when she speaks to me, they go say, "Hey, Sir," I'm like, "Shit, who that is?" You know what I'm saying? Because nobody wants to be with her in the daylight.
Right.
She got vampire pussy.
That's
Right.
that
She goes over there at
cockroach
night,
with the
get it,
coochie.
and leave.
Here,
But that's a cockroach with the coochie thing. Like
Yeah.
they don't care about the quantity or the quality. They just want it.
They want a
just
good
want
Hey,
it.
get the
time.
likes up, everybody. I need some more likes, please.
Y'all better
Like
get
the
these lights
video.
up. Y'all better
Here.
stop playing with
That's
me. You
that
know what
turn
I'm
off the
saying?
Like
lights,
the
do it
damn
from the
video.
back.
Yeah.
Here,
It don't
cut the mics
matter.
really quick. You go real quick, man.
No, just I'm sorry. I just wanted to address what was being said. It's just you were right on what you said, spot on. If you got too much experience, we concerned because
Yeah.
we don't know. It's two things. Can we teach you anything new? And how many other people know about this? And so depending on the age and the stage,
But
when
why?
we get with the woman, we want to let us be able to teach you. You done been everywhere. You done did it everywhere.
Right.
Ain't nothing new, right? So
And y'all in
that's
Walmart,
what it is.
Why?
y'all in Walmart
No,
bound.
no.
Y'all
The
in
reason
Walmart
why-
bound. Go ahead.
The reason why is men value inexperience,
Yes.
women value experience.
But
Yes.
deeper than that.
He
It's
wants
deeper
to
than
teach
that.
you something.
It's
But why?
statistically,
I really,
the
really
more
wanna know
sexual
why.
partners a woman has, the harder it is for her to be satisfied with a man.
Yep.
Right.
And like the
Because
statistics,
she used to so much variety.
Higher chance of divorce.
It
Yeah.
shows if she's been
Exactly.
with many people, the likelihood of divorce is going to go up.
But what
Studies
I
on this
do,
shit.
that's not even husband here. I got tricks.
Okay, hold on. But it's a pitiful shame
Husband
that if I
hate.
were married to you and we in Walmart getting a birthday card for my 90th grandmother's birthday, and a dude over in the corner,
I ain't got no high body count.
you know what I'm saying? I'm
But
just
I'm just
saying. I'm just
freaky.
saying. You done serve when a woman has served more people than McDonald's, and then she's with a man and everybody know it. He over there, dude. You gotta go.
But you pick that one that's like, okay, I'm gonna put it like this. In most cases, men marry peace than the person that they love. And I'm just gonna keep it real. Most of the time, the people that you probably really in love with probably ain't got their stuff together. They might be toxic. Most men marry peace and boring before they marry the person that put them through things and they in love with.
Yeah, you ain't gonna go. You can't go through too much shit now.
Here, Renfro says Skinny still got it. I agree. No longer lost said host define what cheating means. Cheating means when you go and sleep with somebody else and you're lying and you never are honest and say that you're going to do that. Obviously, there's a lot of guys in Red Pill that are honest with the girls and they say, hey, I'm gonna sleep with other women. I have those options. Yeah, those guys aren't cheating. Wasn't trying to say that. But I want to get to like the last phase of the show though. One of my favorite parts. What we're gonna do is everybody is gonna make one critique
Oh my
about
God.
somebody else to help them get in a relationship. Y'all guys don't really need a critique because y'all are already married.
Yes, I do.
But
Shit, go ahead. I'm ready. Come on, baby.
Yeah, we can always get better.
but
Yeah,
but
help
we're
us get
gonna
better.
but you're at least gonna help these single people, possibly get in a relationship, give them a good, constructive criticism. This time we will start with
This some good ice.
I know, right? I got that Sonic ice here, guys.
Okay.
I'm telling you what.
This time we're gonna start with the guys because I want the ladies to rebuttal it. So yeah, give her just one criticism right now that to help her get into the relationship of her dreams, possibly.
I knew it's hard. Come on, man. It's hard for you, Doc. Go on now. Go on, man. Go on, man. Get it out.
And don't reply to him too. I want him to say fully what he
I'm
wants.
Let him say what he want to say, Rachel.
All right, so I take it that you want to be married, right? And you want that basically kind of white picket fence kind of dream of a family. I'd say realize that time is passing. Time is definitely a biggie. You obviously I think you understand that. And also don't be too solid. Don't be too rigid. Be like water. Be fluid. Be able to make
Okay.
changes. Be able to get behind the man and get behind this program. 'Cause you seem opinionated. Not on the wrong things. You are kind of you live in reality. So to speak. So just be fluid.
Thank you,
And
Nigeria.
And then for her,
right. She is. All right. With you,
Shoot the shot, Doc.
uh,
You're gonna load it. Shoot it.
all right. So with you, it's kind of the same thing. You're 27, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. Kind of in the same boat. You have a little bit more time, but not really. This is time for you to get out there. Put just like he mentioned earlier with the trouble of you going to the club and meeting those guys, but they only want sex in the club. So put yourself out there with the kind of guys that you want. Uh, Learn about the kind of guys that you want. Research really. Be invest in the
I
kind of
do
guys.
reverse lookups.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. So
It's a networking term.
right, network definitely a biggie.
Their LinkedIn, all that.
All right, you're in IT. I'm sure you're in. I don't know if you want a guy that's in IT, but yeah, you can definitely networking is definitely a biggie. But yeah, put yourself in a space where those guys that you want are at. That's it for me.
hey, that's some good advice, and something that like Pearl and a lot of other women in the red pill sphere like to say is like, if you want to be with a lawyer, go and try to be a secretary for a lawyer. If you want to be with a doctor, go and try to be maybe a nurse or some type of a dental assistant or some type of doctor assistant. Like that's what the kind of advice that they like to give sometimes. Go ahead, man. So give them one good constructive criticism for each one of the ladies. Help them get the relationship of their dreams, possibly.
Mississippi. Also,
Hello.
I'll start with you. I think your personality is just amazing. I think you do have a great personality. I do think that you have this on and off switch where I'm going to be good to you, but it's under a condition. And soon as he makes a mistake or does something wrong, he gets the wrath of Mississippi. It
Clap back.
becomes Mississippi burning.
Hello.
Part two. And so I think that and what he was trying to say was stop being so masculine at times, where you have to be so tough. You don't, like Sir has alluded to earlier. You don't have to be tough, baby. You don't have to be, the Hulk.
Rest in your
Uh,
feminine.
you could just live in your femininity, and when that time comes, it comes. Also, piggybacking on what he said, time is ticking. 35 comes, 36 comes, 40 comes, 43 comes, and you're looking like, damn it. So you don't want to end up, in that situation. So,
You're missing out.
yeah, don't miss out on the man. If the plumber come and he need a root canal, and he's a really good guy, get with him. Make sure you guys insurance, get the root canal taken care of, and have a relationship.
Hallelujah.
Yes, yes.
For the young lady right here, I forgot your name, sweetheart.
Indy.
Indy. Okay. Indy, same thing for you. I think not same thing. I think that you speak very well. However, I think that your past, like the way you grew up, makes you so hardcore. And at times that could be one of the things that men may see like, damn, that's intimidating. It may be intimidating to some men, not all, but that can be intimidating as well. Cause you said, like you just said, ain't nobody just gonna come to you with no bullshit. So I think that you could turn that down a little bit. Men would be more likely to step into your world and be like, okay, she's easy to talk to. But if they're getting that, I'm the boss, bitch. I think they'll back up a little bit.
No, good advice, man. Good
For
job.
sure.
Awesome.
So, what about you, man? One constructive criticism for each.
Well, listen, guys, I don't want you guys to be failures. I don't want you to be failures at relationships. And so I want to give you some advice. You really do have a great spirit about you,
Mm-hmm.
but you have to go in wife mode because right now you in chick mode and you like the fun and you like the attention and you like all of that stuff. So you have the goods. Now it's time for you to package that and be an asset to a man. And you got to be okay with being an asset to that man. and not used if he ain't giving you what you want. Well, you know you got somebody else you can go. No, you're an asset to that man. And the other part that is with that, be around other women who value marriage. Because a lot of women who have the potential hang around women who can't get or keep a man,
Preach,
and
man.
they'll tell you to use your beauty and use your time, girl. Do it anytime. You don't give away that coochie. Don't give away your womb. Package that and become an asset to a man, because you find a man who's business oriented, you would be an asset because you're easy to talk to. So you're easy. You go right into sales form, right? You're easy to get along with people. You know how to present yourself. You know how to make a person look good. You're funny, so you know how to inspire him. Package that now, right? Because time is ticking, and you don't want to end up having to settle for what's left. You want to be able to present a man the best version of yourself, so that he knows that you don't feel like you settle for him because you wasted time. So that's I want to give you that. Also personality, but package it now and find out how you can be valuable and useful to a man. For you, you're a very logical person, which is a great thing. You just need to tweak it and to be a little bit more fun, right? So you have all the knowledge. So if you're going to be smart, but you have this mindset where you have to prove yourself. I don't know where that comes from, but if you take that mindset about you're proving who you are to a man, you're going to stress him out because he's going to have to constantly encourage you. And all of the encouragement he's giving you takes away from the purpose that you fell in love with him first as well. So lighten up a little bit. Be bubbly. Find things that make you happy. It doesn't have to just be networking in IP packets and frames. Like find other things that are more artsy, things that make you more colorful. Like wear
That's
colorful
beautiful
clothes.
though,
Yeah.
that
I
like
love
you're
it.
saying that, because that's exactly what season I'm stepping into.
Oh,
Like,
listen, I read you. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So,
that's
like, even with your colors, wear colors, orange, red, pink stuff. Like, brighten your mood up, and don't go into this role on defense mode that you got to prove something. You got to know you're beautiful, you're young, you're smart. Own that, and then you also take what you have and package that for a man. The other thing for you that's going to be real big is because you in the bracket where you're going to earn a lot of money.
Mhm.
Don't define a man now by how much he earns. Because if you do that, your girls are going to take, girl, how much does he earn? And he earns less than you. They're going to say that you can't match up with that man. Look at who that man is. And I guarantee you, with the woman you are, he'll probably out earn you because he wants to love you and take care of you as well.
Yeah.
You have the ability to inspire him. So that's
Yeah.
my advice.
That's
Beautiful.
awesome.
Fire, bro. I
I
wish
have
I had
one
the
last
Stream
thing.
Deck work there.
Don DeMarco.
I have one
Yeah.
last thing.
On DeMarco.
Fortunately, I forgot it, but children. Children are a big part of it. Children are one of the best gifts you can give to a man, and you've already given it to a man, both of you, more than once. So be in the mind state that, in the mindset that you have already given that out, and every man wants that. Y'all are fairly young, so you might want a man that also wants children. He wants you to give him children. So being in the mindset that you have to, coming off with what he said, you have to package yourself. You have to know how to sell that to him, basically. But y'all y'all still kicking ass. Very two very beautiful younger ladies, and so it's still possible for you to have children, basically. But know how you're gonna sell that to that man.
Right. And my question would be also, before we move on, if I can, um, like, what is the dynamic for that for you ladies? You say you have two, right?
I have 3.
You have three, and you have three, right?
Mhm.
So if a man comes into the situation, he says, "Okay, listen,
I
you
want
have
more kids.
your you don't."
I do.
Okay,
I would
so
do it
yeah,
like
he wants
3
a
times
legacy,
over again.
right? Yeah, so he may want 3 more kids. Are you okay with having 6 or 7 kids in the house?
Yeah, but the thing that I really want men to understand, because even on my TikTok, I always talk about, like, I ask men about how they feel about single mothers, and a lot of men do not like single mothers. They do not like
You're
to
correct.
feel like, oh, I don't want to take care of another man's kids. That's just
They don't
that's
want the
just what they
drama
say.
that
They don't
Yeah,
want the
comes with
they
drama
don't
that
want the
comes with
drama.
it.
It's
They don't
factual.
want the things that come with it. And just me being Southern, I'm not. My dad took care of a woman. She was pregnant and she had 2 other kids, and he took in 3 kids.
He's not your dad.
No, he's not. No, I'm just saying, as an example, I know it's possible. That's why I use my dad as an example, because I'm looking at the point where I see how my stepmom is. Like, she treat like the whoever would be my husband or the stepdad to my kids, he's the man to me. Like he, even if he don't have kids, he gonna enjoy those father days. He gonna enjoy those, just the love, the just everything. Like I would see the stepdad as being big daddy to me. Like that's the man.
Can I? So I
Are
want
you
to
okay?
respond to that,
Okay, go
and, that's a. I'm glad you said that because it's the drama that man escape. Men get it's terrible. You bond with that kid, and something happens with
Yeah, a lot of men
now
say
right.
that.
But here's the other thing: a lot of women aren't grateful for men like that.
Right.
It takes a whole lot for a man to know that those are not his kids, and you could be divisive in your home. Well, if you get mad, it's me and my kids. It's me, and then it's you choosing the kids over your marriage. And I'm always pick my kids first. And so many men deal with that. So I would say to you, you're gonna have to be okay with the man you select, that he is just as smart, is just as much part of the family as your kids is, and you can't put him in number two. That is your man, the head of your life, and the kids have to respect that. And then from that, you have to show some gratitude that not only I'm grateful for you being in my life. Thank you for the influence you're going to have over
Right.
my children as well. It doesn't mean you got to be their dad because they dad might be involved.
Cause please
But I'm
discipline
grateful
them
for you.
boys I got. Cause them
Yeah.
boys
But-
they need a
Yeah, and keep in mind that the kids are a part of the family, not a part of the marriage.
right.
So
they,
he
get,
al-
they
so
grow older. They
right,
get older.
yeah,
I
they-
want my
they-
man at the end of the day. I'm
Exactly.
just saying.
Exactly.
They get older.
So I think that my situation is a little bit different because even though I have 3 kids, I did a really good job as far as like the vetting of who I had a child with. So like the first time I learned, I was 19. You know what I mean? He was 19. The second time I had children with someone that was older than me. He surpassed me in earning, and when he met me, I was like he didn't need me. You know what I mean? Like he was like, okay, like I want you, I'm choosing you. This is that. And so with that being said, like when someone comes in now with me being in a place where I'm moving towards being a 6-figure earner, my ex-husband is as well. So like private school, the kids are in private school. The kids are fine. I don't need someone to come in and financially assist. It's I always explain it to guys that I date. Look at yourself as if these are 2 head coaches and you're an assistant coach coming on the roster.
Can I ask a question?
I would.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
I just want to know,
Uh-huh.
what do you love about a man mentally?
So that's what I was gonna say is
Yeah.
like, so along the lines of like dating and what I look for, it's almost essentially kind of like a man who's in that bracket, a piece. At the end of the day, like I can go buy myself whatever I want to buy. I can go do whatever it is that I need to do, or I will get there. At the end of the day, what piece are you providing me?
Explain the assistant coach thing to me though.
So when I say that, I mean like me and my ex, we have a pretty good relationship as far as like we make decisions about, okay, the kids are going to be raised. We have a lot of the similar like upbringing, background, and beliefs.
Okay.
So there's not much like back and forth when it comes to like how these children are going to raise, how many times they're going to go to church, the kind of education that they're going to receive, the kind of lifestyle that we will provide for them. So when I say that, I mean as far as like you see me, you see the vision, and you support me.
Yeah, that's not going to work
It's
because, and the reason why it's not going to work, no man that's a true leader
Mm-hmm.
is going to come into your life and allow you and your ex to make
Yes.
decisions in a household that he's the head of.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
never
you
going to
gotta
work.
fix that.
That's never going to work. But
That's
he's
a fact.
he's never going. That's no man that's a true. Listen to me, because if he does, he's a pookie or something. No man that's a leader, a true
Right.
leader, an alpha male, is going to come into your home and allow you and your ex to make decisions in his house.
So
It's either
that,
you gonna
but
get
that's
what
where
you
the
get.
hold on. But that's where the integration comes in. So like, do you want to even be integrated? How strong of an integration do you like? It's like being a part of a team. Do you want to be a part of the team?
Analytics.
You're piecing together a film like we do technology, and I can tell the way you think. it's this piece goes here, right? Right? This IP address goes here. Here's the subnet right here,
Right,
We
yeah.
got to put the subnet mask, right?
Right,
That's
yeah.
what you're doing. You can't think about it like this way. If you're going to be with a man, it's his family, right?
Right.
It's what he wants. And if in this, I don't know why you guys have broken up. If you guys got a relationship, go get that man again.
Y'all
Yeah,
can
you
work
know-
it out.
Hell
You're
no.
right.
Hell.
Y'all need to work it out.
Here's what I'm saying.
Y'all got kids.
But here's what I'm saying, because
Yeah.
if you don't, you're gonna be the woman that has men who are not on your level, and you have to settle with them.
You're going to
'Cause
compare
there's-
him.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Gonna
Because
compare
there's
him.
no masculine man is going to have you. And
Get
hey,
your
I'm
man
great.
back,
I'm
girl.
great to be assistant coach. I'm great to be because what happens when you guys have families? And he says, you know what, I want to go to church on these days, or I have this particular plans. But it's like you're managing two households under one roof, and it doesn't work that way.
Get
A
your
house
husband
divided
back.
against itself, it can't stand.
Get your
So
husband
you have to
back.
be okay with this man becoming the head coach, and then your the father of your children has to respect the new order in your home, because he's no longer the priority. Is your husband.
And he's the assistant
Or
coach now.
even better yet,
Get your man
you can
back.
just you can let the father have the children. Nothing wrong with that.
They do though. That's the so my youngest two live in Chicago. I only have my oldest, who I had when I was 19, and I knew taking him on
okay.
that like I was going to be a single mother.
And even that,
Male or female?
He's a little boy.
your oldest is your 19 is a
Aw.
little.
He's 7.
He's 7.
Yeah,
so
he's 7.
so even that, when a man comes in, like she said, this one she's from the South, so she know what's
I've
up.
never brought a man around him.
Right, exactly. So,
don't.
but when you do bring a man around, a lot of men run into a situation. That's one of the situations of discipline. I come from this. I'm your husband now. I'm the head of this household. This is how I'm going to discipline in my house. Most women, the reason why men don't date women with children is because women will say, no, 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 no. You have a problem with him. You come see me. I'll handle it. Right? You
I
have a
don't
lot of
believe
women
in
saying,
that.
don't touch my kid. Don't send nothing to my kid. Don't handle my kid. I'll handle my kid. That's not your kid. And a lot of men say, oh, okay. And they walk away from the relationship.
So I've been in that aspect as well, though, because when he was 1 year and 3 months, my ex came in, the one that was older.
Right.
And he calls him dad. Like he doesn't.
Oh yeah,
call
you need to go back and get him.
He doesn't call his. He doesn't call his biological father.
Yeah,
He
because I
calls
want a
him
man.
dad, and so he stepped up to the plate, and I never once was like, "Oh,
So he's a
this
good
is
man?
not your kid."
He's a good man.
You need to get back with your man. I don't know why you playing.
no, our relationship dissolved because of domestic violence. Like he got arrested for that.
Oh,
There's no
yeah.
resolve from that.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, when the
Guys,
police
don't be doing
come,
that.
it's
Who
over.
caused it?
Well,
Who caused it?
You know who caused it? Just if it's an
Domestic
action.
violence?
If it's an action.
Maybe there's something in you that you gotta address.
Nah, but if it's
before-
a if
But a
it's
man
action,
that's 6'3", 220 pounds, and
Yeah,
I'm
it has
Oh,
nothing.
no, girl.
It had nothing
120.
to do with.
There's nothing. I mean, it could be a man 6'3", 225 pounds. You spit in his face, he'll rip your face off.
Oh,
Because the men today that's his age, they're not put it like back in our day. Don't you put your hands on a female? Okay, grandma. The men his age right now, 23, they're not putting up with that shit. You disrespect them physically, or you hit them, or throw something at them, they're coming at your ass full speed. These young men right now will whoop your ass. They're not holding back no more. I mean, I'm not saying it's a good thing to do. I don't beat
He's
on
not
the women.
condoning it.
I'm not
It's just a
condoning
different
it.
world we live
It's just a
in.
different
No
world we
violence,
live
no
in.
violence.
Men
but
are
you know, in a certain way, she still speaks very highly of him. For
Exactly.
us to even
I would
say,
not. That's what I was gonna say is that
Yeah.
I wouldn't have even said. But the fact that everyone is like, "Oh, go save your
Yeah.
marriage, go save your marriage." This is a man who abused me. Not it escalated to physicality, but that came from first. It started low. You get what I'm saying? He
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
financially abused me. I gave this man 2 beautiful children. Carried them, stayed home, had no problem. He forced my hand in as far as like how I am now, as far as like I had to go literally recreate my life. I had to leave him and literally go back to my parents' house at 25 years old and start my life over again. And I had to learn how to operate in a totally different energy than what I was used to. This man provided for me. He covered me and all of that stuff. And when a man doesn't know how to take that kind of power and knows how to properly lead with that power, he will abuse you.
Well, absolute power corrupts absolutely.
That's what I'm saying.
But my question is, has you seen the change in him?
No, he still lives at home with his mom.
Oh no.
Wait. You say he a great okay. So wait, hold on. Say he's a great man for his kids, not a great man for society.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So he's a great father. That goes back to what we talked about in the very first. Great father. He had
Right.
his dad was murdered when he was young. Grew
That's-
up without a father. He understands his role as a black. He wanted to be a dad.
But
When
that's
we
the,
had our babies, it was like I'm ready now. Like these,
you know what? That's the one thing I remember. When I had a therapist, I used to have a female as a therapist, and I said, you know, I need a male. And when I had the male as a therapist, everything that you said was what he told me, because I used to make excuses for the man that hurted me, meaning that I used to say, well, his dad wasn't in his life, his mom treated him this way. You know, in a sense, I was with him because I felt like he needed me,
Mm-hmm.
in a sense.
Yep.
And he told me, he said, why are you making excuses for someone who hurt you?
That's real.
And that's was something that's when I realized, I'm like, okay, that's when I say, man, I'm in my season now, because can't nobody tell me now what I need and what I don't need, because I know in me what I need. So I stopped when I talked about my kid's father, I stopped telling his story, because his story ain't important to me anymore. I just say just the, how can I say it? Just the outside of it. We just didn't work out.
But
He
that's what
doesn't
I'm saying.
deserve, yeah.
Exactly. But that's
He
why I
don't
said, like,
deserve your story.
I spoke highly of,
Mm-hmm.
because he's a good man. He's not a bad man.
Yeah.
Well,
But there's things that you can't fix inside of a person until they're ready to have them fixed.
Right. The most straightforward thing I'm gonna say, because I'm,
Yeah, we
To
gotta
you-
get moving on.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the time.
to you guys is this. My grandfather said to my sisters, when you get married, there can't be two dicks in the house. There can only be one. That's their best advice. So when you feeling that masculine energy, go outside and get in the car and take a drive to Quick Trip and get you a cup of ice. But do not have that masculine energy with your man, because your man should not have to compete with you, right? You shouldn't have to be competing with him who has the bigger dick in the house. That's just
Proverbs 21:9. The only thing worse than or no, like it's better to sleep on the roof of a house than it is to be married or be in the same room as, or be in the same house as an argumentative woman.
exactly.
Hey, but can we put this out here, fellas? We don't put our hands on our women.
Yes,
Amen.
Like,
we
if,
put that out
if
there.
you love your woman, you
'Cause you are
you
strong.
there's you don't we don't do that. You can't say you love her and then put hands on her. So
Exactly.
Amen.
that's got to be out there. So ladies, don't agitate that, don't provoke that. But it needs to be very clear to men: we do not hurt our women. We protect them. We love them.
Yes,
Ooh.
and women, don't make excuses for these men that put their hands on you. I don't care who wasn't in their life when they was kids. You do not make excuses for those men who put their hands on you.
Yes, Sir Hale said something inspiring. He said, "Don't put your hands on your woman. If you love her, you don't put your hands on her." And I think that in this day and time, we also have to extend that to our children.
Yes.
Now I know that's hurt. I know that's going to ruffle some feathers.
Rough it.
But at the same time, we need to do the same thing for our children. If we love our children, because if we can love our wife, or you can love your husband,
You love your children.
right? And you don't want nobody. We're saying don't put your hands on them. Then we should also have the same mentality for our children, right? Because we were raised in the South. You get your ass beat in the South.
Oh yeah.
So so I think in this day and age, kids are more fragile mentally, physically, and I think they need to be loved more and corrected more than to beat the hell out of every day.
Hey, can I say this last thing?
Amen.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Ladies, don't be hitting your man. Like, what do we do? Do not physically abuse him. Don't push him. Don't poke him in the head. Don't say you ain't gonna do nothing. You
Spit
gonna
in
call
his
the police.
face.
I got big brothers and uncles.
Who's
Do not
spit in your
abuse.
face? That's your second time. ain't it?
Do not abuse your man as well, because a lot of ladies still today think that it's okay to push on him and he ain't supposed to do it because he's bigger.
Exactly.
If he's bigger, that's all the more reason not to put your hands on him. Keep your hands to yourself. That's it.
Yeah.
You wouldn't slap a grizzly bear in the wild. Don't slap your man in the living room.
All right, man. Well, no, I'm gonna let y'all give one just for the single guy, okay? Because he's single. Just give him one critique really quick of what you could do to like help him get into a relationship. You can go first. Either one.
If you want to be in a relationship, I
Right.
feel like he's in his season where he's still
He
kind
doesn't
of like,
need to do
yeah, right, exactly. So have fun.
Yeah, okay, that's good
For
advice
sure,
though.
have
Yes, it's
fun.
his age.
Shout out to you.
Yeah.
But when you are ready to settle, definitely use discernment. Like, don't just allow a pretty face and a big butt, whatever that song is, to be the guide that leads you.
All right.
You know, like
Yeah.
definitely forget that stuff fades off, and like, who is this woman in her core? And that's what's gonna raise your kids and keep your household together. So
All right.
Yeah. No. What about you? One critique.
Same thing what she said. Like, you know, you're not ready. you know what? Let me pause it. Because, you know, these little old hags, you know, they were ready at 23. But you know, you're 23, you're in college, you know, you have a lot of options, you have a lot of things to look at. You know, don't go breaking hearts, don't go selling dreams, don't go lying just to get some, because guess what? It's somebody that'll give it to you without saying those lies to women. Just don't be using good girls because you feel like it's competition, because I know that's what you like. But just calm down, settle down, do what you're gonna do. And you know, you're from Nigeria, so you know how it is out there.
All right. Shout out to you.
So you know how the women are. They're very nurturing. They're gonna get on you too. But then again, you know, just don't be out here breaking hearts. I just don't want you to break no woman heart
He
and make
looks
her
like a
make a
heartbreaker,
TikTok
huh?
about you. You
I appreciate
Man, he
you.
don't look like no heart. I can't even see his eyes. I don't even know
Yeah.
what he doing. Let me see them eyes. Take them shades off. Come on.
Later.
Later.
All
Boy,
right.
you can't handle it grown
Well,
woman.
guys, we're gonna go ahead. Oh no! Oh
Baby,
no!
hey, I can't do nothing with no 23-year-old.
You gonna learn today.
Oh my God! Wow!
Too much pass.
Wow!
Oh, this is rated R tonight. Shit, rated X. All right, guys. Well, I think we're gonna close this one up. But man, I gotta say, huge shout out to y'all too, because there's not a lot of people that I meet that I call purple pillars, but y'all I would consider purple pillars because you understand red pill philosophy, but y'all choose marriage and relationships, and I think that's an amazing thing about y'all.
Awesome.
You're not telling guys to spin plates and be cheaters, and you're telling guys to get married. Y'all are literally pushing the world into what I'm trying to do. Push it into the light is what I call it, because I see us in the darkness. And I just want to say huge shout out to y'all. I'm going to push y'all so much. I'm going to have y'all on so much because I think y'all's point of views is something that the world needs to see way
Yes.
more.
Absolutely.
Thanks for having us.
So yeah,
Appreciate you, brother.
yeah, thank y'all, man.
Appreciate you.
And thank you, Bassett, for coming out. What was your name again? I'm sorry.
Indy.
Indy, thank you, Indy, and
Tiandra.
Tiandra.
Mama 3 loves. Well, everybody
Yeah,
knows.
yeah. Hey guys, I'm gonna get all their ads in the description later on tonight, so y'all can go and add them and everything.
Please slide in their DMs, everyone.
Yeah, please slide in the DMs.
Slide in my DM.
All right, well, thank y'all so much all for
Follow.
coming. The 50 people. This is a good number for tonight. We will
Like
see
the
y'all.
video.
Yeah, please like the video and share it with all your friends, and we will see y'all on Monday, man.
And his girlfriend fan.
Yes, she is. All right, later, y'all. Good night.
Remember, y'all slide in those DMs.